matchup. Homecoming at Fort Payne tonight. Buckhorn, a very formidable opponent, but Fort Payne has been big tonight. Eli Griggs has stripped a fumble, has caused a fumble, caught 2 touchdown passes. Fort Payne, an exciting night on offense. They're up 42-14 against Buckhorn as they've just started the fourth quarter. Gaston City's up big on Lee right now in the fourth quarter, 37-0. Right now, Southside, they got a safety. They were up 14-8, but it looks like they've gotten a safety, and then they're ahead 16-8 as they play into the fourth quarter. Now, Hazel Green had an open date this week. 6A Region 7 last night. Coleman bit the dust once again. Hartselle beat them 24-0. Tonight, Decatur's leading over Columbia 34-0. Muscle Shoals has just extended their lead over Athens to now 28-0. Jasper, who's having a great year, they had an open date this week. 6A Region 6, Oxford's pulling away from Pell City. They lead 35-17 in the second half. Clay Chalkville was leading over Mountain Brook 14-0. Shades Valley was ahead of Huffman by the score of 14-7, and Pinson Valley was open this week.
Moving on to Class 5A, Sardis and Boaz going back and forth. Sardis had taken a lead headed to the fourth quarter, 24-21, but Boaz has just added a touchdown, and the Pirates are back on top, 28-24. Arab trailed at halftime 7-0. They've scored 14 second-half points. They lead Douglas at Douglas tonight, 14-7. Scottsboro back in the region this week after going to Clay Central and losing last week. The Wildcats lead Brewer 24-14. And in a non-region game tonight, Gunnersville is on the road in Huntsville. They're playing at Grissom. It's the Wildcats 21, Grissom nothing. In 5A Region 6, Moody has just added a touchdown. They're up big on Centerpoint, 46-0. Jacksonville and Springville got a good one going on down at Jacksonville. It's Jacksonville 21, Springville 18, and Leeds and St. Clair County, 2 top 10 teams. They are battling to a tie right now, headed to the fourth quarter, 28-28. In 5A Region 7, it's Fairview leading Russellville 28-14. Priceville is on top of West Point, 26-0. Lawrence County, they're leading East Limestone 17-10. And Phil, as you go to Class 4A, I've got a couple of finals in 4A. It has final down at Gilbreth Stadium in Aniana. It's the Redskins win over Etowah 21-7. And in 4A Region 5 tonight, Good Hope stayed unbeaten with a 48-8 win over Curry tonight. Both those games are final.
Other games in 4A Region 6 besides the Etowah win over or the Aniana win over Etowah. Alexandria is leading over Hoax Bluff now 32-14. This is a big matchup here. Cherokee County and Anniston. And right now, Anniston's on top in the second half by the score of 20-6. Asheville, boy, what a great year they're having. They're leading over White Plains right now, 32-14 as they play fourth quarter. 4A Region 8, big region matchup here for Plainview as they're trying to get to 4-0 in region play and keep pace with North Jackson and Madison Academy. Of course, Madison Academy and North Jackson is playing tonight. Plainview's holding serve. They lead Madison County 27-7, and right now North Jackson's on top of Madison Academy. The score right there, 28-14. So that's 2 huge games in 4A Region 8 that's going to decide your positions 1, 2, and 3 more than likely. Randolph last night beat DAR 45-15, and last night also St. John Paul knocked off Good Hope 35-27. Westminster had an open date this week.
Bill, I've got another final score out of 4A Region 5 that's just came in. It's Fayette County over Gordo tonight, 41-7. That game final, also a final in Class 1A as we go over to Region 7. Addison has shut out Waterloo. 45-0 is the final score in that one as we move on to Class 3A, where the Fife Red Devils are leading Sylvania 41-6. Geraldine and Collinsville. Geraldine jumped out early, 14-0. Collinsville battled back, made it 14-12. And now in the fourth quarter, it's Geraldine on top of Collinsville, 29-19. Brindley Mountain is leading Asbury, 20-6. Whitesburg Christian at home tonight. They lead Holly Pond, 14-6. Moving on to 3A Region 8, the Glencoe Yellow Jackets. I know they were disappointed in their game last week against Hoax Bluff. Tonight they're taking it out on Weaver at home. It's 56-7. Westbrook leading Ohatchee down on the creek bank, 27-0. Piedmont leading Locust Fork York 49-9. And J.B. Pennington has scored again in the fourth quarter. They're up on sacks 49-0. And just got an update from the Guntersville game as Grissom has battled back in the second half field. It's now Guntersville 24 and Grissom 16. Guntersville 24, Grissom 16 as they play at Joe Davis Stadium in Huntsville this evening.
Yeah, I was listening to that game earlier, and Guntersville was struggling running the football in that game, so Grissom's been able to stay in it. Of course, a 7A play and a 5A, that's very tough, but Grissom getting off the snide from last week.
And Guntersville's lost their top running back. Kemp Green has out for a year, I think, with a broken leg, so that hurts the running game for the Wildcats.
They have definitely struggled in the running game, that is for sure. In Class 2A, of course, 5A Region 6, Coosa Christian last night beat Cleveland 58-13. Cold Springs is on top of West End 12-0 as they play second half. Right now, Southeastern's on top of Susan Moore 21-8. Faultville was a winner last night. They beat Decatur Heritage 57-16. 2A Region 7 section looking for their second win of the year. They lead over Gaston 28-8 in the second half. Pisgah all over Sandrock right now. They are leading 48-0 in the second half, and Pleasant Valley is on top of Cedar Bluff 37-0 as they play in the second half, and North Sound Mountain has an open date this week.
In Class 1A, it's Raglan at Valley Head tonight playing at Tiger Stadium. It's Raglan on top of Valley Head 44-21. Galesville and Ider, both teams looking for a win tonight. Galesville was leading 20-13 at last report. The big game in 1A Region 8 tonight is down at Appalachian, and the Eagles are leading Spring Garden 14-8 as they play in the fourth quarter of their game. Just got an update from down at Douglas. Arab has scored another touchdown. They've gone up 21-7 as they scored 21 consecutive points here in the second half of their game. Also tonight, final score in Class 6A, maybe the best team in the state of Alabama is Clay Chalkville. They win again tonight, 49-0 as they win tonight as Clay Chalkville beats Mountain Brook. Mountain Brook, a pretty good football team, and they get the win tonight. A couple other final scores before we go to break. It has gone final. West Morgan has defeated East Lawrence 64-0 is the final there as West Morgan gets the win tonight over East Lawrence, and also in that same region, and that's 4A Region 7. It's Hatton over West Limestone 40-14. That game is final in Class 4A tonight. Phil, before we go to break, do you have any updates?
Don't have any updates.
Lake properties, mountain properties, residential or commercial. At Southern Elite Realty, they treat every property like it's their own. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
When your ride's having issues again, don't panic. Call the family. At Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, Ohana means family, and that's exactly how we treat you. Our ASE certified technicians work on all makes and models, European, domestic, and import, from oil changes to engine diagnostics to electrical issues that make your dash light up. And yes, we actually know what that weird clanking sound is. Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, where you're not just a customer, you're family. Call us at 256-442-6864.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935, starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Atala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Take the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard with you wherever you go. Download our free WQSB app for your phone and smart device. Now, back to the Scoreboard on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
Congratulations to our Student Athletes of the Week, Aiden Heinrich, who plays football at Galesville High School, and Sarah Graham, who plays volleyball at Sylvania High School. Student Athlete of the Week is made possible each week by Bring Your Own Bids Retail and Mike Richards Automotive. Class 6A Region 8 tonight, Fort Payne looking for their 6th win in a row over Buckhorn. They're on top 42-14. Gadsden City, it's homecoming for the Titans. They're going to celebrate a happy homecoming as they're shutting out Lee 37-0. Southside trying to pick up a big region win tonight. Both those teams with one loss in the region. May Jemison at 2-1, Southside at 1-1. Southside's on top 16-8. Hazel Green is open this week. In 6A Region 7, it was Hartselle last night. This is one of the oldest rivalries in the state. Last night was the 104th meeting, and the Hartselle Tigers beat Coleman 24-0. Also tonight, Muscle Shoals stayed perfect. They're 6-0 as they're unbeaten. 28-0 over Athens tonight, and Decatur is leading Columbia 37-0. Clay Chalkville may be the best team in the state as they're shutting out Mountain Brook. Actually, it's over. Clay Chalkville wins 49-0. It's Oxford leading Pell City 35-17, and Shades Valley leads Huffman 14-7. Phil, I know you're going on to Class 5A, but wanted to let you know Douglas has scored in the fourth quarter. It's now Arab 21, Douglas 14.
So Douglas hanging in that one. You know, we talked about it in one of the breaks, that it seems like Arab plays to whatever their competition is, and no matter who they play, the game's going to be close. And once again, it is great game right now as Arab's leading over Douglas 21-14, and that could have playoff implications down the road as we get to the second half of the season. Also in that 5A Region 8, Sardis and Boaz. Sardis is giving Boaz all they want. You know, sometimes, Jeff, you get through the mid-season and you're looking for your second win, and, you know, and sometimes teams will kind of get down a little bit because it's a tough road to go through this 10-game schedule. And right now, Boaz and Sardis playing Boaz tough. It's 28-24 in favor of Boaz in the second half. Right now, Scottsboro, they run into the same problem too. Brewer has been all over Scottsboro. They've kept it close. Scottsboro's leading over Brewer right now, though, 24-14, and Gunnersville's leading over Grissom right now. Non-region matchup, but the Wildcats are struggling with the Tigers as they lead 24-16 in the fourth quarter. In 5A Region 6, Jacksonville's leading over Springville 21-18. Moody leads Center Point 24-0. Right now, Leeds is on top of St. Clair County. What a great game this is. This is one been nice to have gone and watched. Right now, Leeds leads at 21-20. Lincoln had an open date. 5A Region 7. Fairview's on top of Russellville 28-14. Priceville's on top of West Point 26-0. And at last report, Lawrence County was leading over East Limestone 17-10.
Trey, you got something?
Anderson holds on to win. They beat Cherokee County 20-13.
Yeah, just got that final score in as Anniston stays perfect. To me, that's going to wrap up the region championship for Anniston. They've beaten Cherokee County, and they've beaten Asheville, they've beaten Alexandria, they've beaten Hoax Bluff. So they have White Plains left. They have Etowah and Aniana left on their region schedule. Big win for Anniston tonight as they knock off Cherokee County there at Lawton Mosby Field down in Anniston 20-13. Aniana was a winner over Etowah tonight 21-7. Alexandria leads Hoax Bluff, though the Eagles have just added a touchdown. It's now Alexandria 39 and Hoax Bluff 21. And Asheville looking to pick up win number 5 on the season as they lead White Plains 32-14. Moving on to 4A Region 8, it's Plainview leading Madison County 27-7. North Jackson and Madison Academy, not a lot of defense here. It was a defensive game last year, 18-12 North Jackson win. Tonight, it's North Jackson leading Madison Academy 42-35. Randolph last night defeated DAR 45-15, and St. John Paul picked up their second win over an injury-depleted New Hope team, 35-27. Also, Phil, a couple of final scores in Class 4A in Region 4 and Region 8. It was Good Hope over Curry, 48-8. Fayette County defeated Cordova 41-7. West Morgan shuts out East Lawrence 64-0, and Hatton was a winner over West Limestone 40-14.
That one to back up and update one, Jeff, back in 5A Region 6. That Leeds St. Clair County game, they're now in the fourth quarter. Leeds is on top 35-28. So what a great football game that is there. Class 3A Region 8, 5. This one is going final. They knock off Sylvania 41-6. Geraldine in the second half leading over Collinsville, as this could be a battle for at least a home playoff spot in the region. And, of course, if Geraldine hangs on to win this game, it looks like it's going to come down to 5 and Geraldine for that region championship. But
Phil,
right now,
I've got the final.
It is at final?
Final 29-19.
29-19, so Geraldine does win it as they knock off Collinsville. Collinsville now has 2 region losses. Geraldine remains unbeaten. So the Bulldogs go to Collinsville and make it 15 in a row, I think it is, as they win it 29-19. Brindley Mountains trying to win a region game. They lead Asbury 33-12. Whitesburg Christians on top of Holly Pond, non-region game here, but Whitesburg's leading 14-6. Out of 3A Region 6 right now, Weaver has scored, but Glencoe's on top comfortably 56-13. Westbrook knocks off Ohatchee 48-0. Piedmont was a winner, is leading over Locust Fork. This should be about over. They're up 49-9 in the second half. The Bulldogs are on a roll right now. J.B. Pennington got off to a little bit of a slow start, but they have scored in bunches through the second and third quarter. They lead Sachs handily, 49-0 in the second half. And Walter Welborn had an open date this week.
All right, the Pennington game has gone final at 49-0. 49-0 is the final score there. Also, in that Douglas game, it's Arab 21, Douglas 14. Douglas with the ball with about 2:13 to go in the game. And Plainview is now up 34-7 in their game. And Sardis is 4th and goal at the Boaz 5 with 16 seconds remaining, and Boaz leading 28-24. They must score a touchdown to win. They're at the 5-yard line is the update we have. And also Piedmont, that game is also final now, Phil, at 49-9 as Piedmont they go to 6-0 on the season. And also a couple of other final scores in Class 3A in West Alabama. It was Lauderdale County over Clements, 40-7 is the final. And also Colbert County defeats Colbert Heights, 32-8 is the final score there. Moving on to Class 2A, Coosa Christian may be the best team in Class 2A in the state. Big win last night down at Cleveland, 58-13. Also Falkville in a non-region game defeated Decatur Heritage 57-16. It's Southeastern. They've added a touchdown. They're now up on It's not Southeastern. It's added a touchdown. It was Appalachian. We'll get to that. It's Southeastern leading Susan Moore 21-8, and Cold Springs leading West End 12-0. 2A Region 7 section leading Gaston 42-30. It's Pisgah up on Sandrock 56-6, and Pleasant Valley was leading Cedar Bluff 37-0. And Phil, in your 1A, it's now Appalachian has added a touchdown. It's 20-8 there.
20-8. I got a couple of updates for you, since I write that down 20-8, so I don't forget it. 20-8 in favor of Appalachian. But a couple of updates out of 2A Region 6. Cold Springs now leads West End 28-0, and Susan Moore's closed the gap down on Southeastern. It's now 21-16. So that game getting close. So 1A Region 8, fourth quarter, Raglan's on top of Valleyhead Big, 46-21. Galesville at halftime, they were leading over Ider 20-13. Haven't got an update in a while on that one. And as Jeff just told you, Appalachian on top of Spring Garden by the score of 20-8. Woodville had an open date. A couple of finals out of the region. 1A Region 6, Wadley beat Woodland 49-7. 1A Region 7, Addison was a winner over Waterloo 45-0.
Also, Phil, it was Meek over Shoals Christian 58-6, and Phillips beat Cherokee 36-12. Final. It has gone final. Boaz with the stand in the red zone. They have defeated Sardis. It has gone final tonight, 28-24. So Boaz will celebrate a happy homecoming there in the 74th meeting between the Pirates and the Sardis Lions. Boaz now has won 6 in a row in that game. A couple of other finals. Well, let's give you an update here. As Gunnersville has added a field goal, it's 27-16. Gunnersville leads Grissom. Also, a couple of finals before we go to break. Mortimer Jordan was a winner over Minor, 35-14. It was Tuscaloosa Academy defeating Vincent, 30-12. Deschler was a winner over Central La Florence, 48-13. And Corner has defeated Briarwood tonight, 42-27. All those games have gone final. Be part of the show this season by submitting your game day photos from the field to the sidelines to the band to all the fans in the stands. You can upload your photos from tonight's game on the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard page. Show your school spirit and be part of the Friday night tradition, the High School Football Scoreboard.
At Ace, save big on essentials for home safety, organization, and more. Update your smoke alarms, fire extinguishers, and carbon monoxide alarms with buy 2, get 1 free on select First Alert products. Ace basic pleated furnace filters are buy 3, get 1 free. Get organized with 27 or 15-gallon storage totes on sale for $7.99 each. And select shelving units are on sale for $59.99 each. Instant savings are available exclusively for Ace Rewards members. Sign up and start saving today at Weathers Ace Hardware.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new Scoreboard video boards, Boaz, Douglas High School, to all Scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday 7:30 to 4:30 and Saturdays till noon.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
Are you struggling with shortness of breath, chronic cough, or sleep issues? There's a new expert in town. Introducing Dr. Zulkarnain, a board-certified pulmonologist now accepting new patients right here in Gadsden. Whether it's asthma, COPD, or sleep apnea, we're here to help you breathe easier and live better. Riverview Pulmonary Associates, located in the Medical Arts Building at 303 Bay Street, Suite 100. Call 256-413-6520 to schedule your appointment with Dr. Zulkarnain today.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And congratulations to Christian Ramirez of Albertville High School. Christian was this week's Marshall DeKalb Electric Lineman of the Week. Each week during the regular season, Marshall DeKalb Electric honors the top lineman in the area with a Lineman of the Week award. We're back on the high school football scoreboard, and we're going to run down all the scores. We have 92 games, and we've got a lot of finals and partials on most of those 92.
Let's get it started in Class 7A. Of course, the Albertville Aggies, who were Team of the Week last week, got their first win after losing 33 in a row. They get to rest just a little bit this week, and they'll get back at it next Friday. They were open. Partial scores: Austin leads over Huntsville 14-13. Bob Jones is on top of Sparkman 16-14. Florence was a winner over James Clements 21-17. 7A Region 3 one final in. Vestavia Hills has knocked off Prattville 54-28. Partials: Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa was leading over Tuscaloosa County 49-21. Hoover was leading over Oak Mountain 21-14. Thompson was up big on Hewitt-Trussville 34-12.
Phil, that game has just gone final. A couple of finals have gone in that 7A. It's Thompson 34-12. Also, Huntsville has pulled the upset tonight. They knock off Austin 21-17. That is a final. And to update your Bob Jones score, Bob Jones now leading Sparkman 26-14 from 7A Region 4. Maybe going to 6A Region 8 tonight, where it's final at Fort Payne. They're now 5-1 on the year, and most important, 3-0 in region play is they beat Buckhorn 45-22. Gadsden City's up big, may have just scored again. They're up big 37 and make it 43 of pending the extra point.
Yes.
Pending the extra point, the Titans would be up 44-3. Right now it's 43-0 over Lee. Southside, the latest we had on that game, Southside leading May Jemison 16-8. From 6A Region 7 last night, it was Hartselle shutting out Coleman 24-0. Tonight, Muscle Shoals has shut out Athens 28-0, and Decatur was leading Columbia at last report 37-0.
In Class 6A-6, this one's gotten close, Jeff. Pell City has come from behind. Right now, Oxford leads 36-31, as there still shows them playing in the third quarter. So this is going to be a long night football game.
Fourth quarter, 3:50 to go.
3:50 to go. Okay. Clay Chalkville, that's the right score though? 36-31.
Yes,
okay. Thank you, Trey. Clay Chalkville, of course, Jeff told you, may be the best team in Class 6A. They walloped Mountain Brook 49-0. Here right now, Shades Valley leads over Huffman 14-7. Pinson Valley had an open day. 6A Region 5, Homewood on top of Gardendale 21-9 in the second half. Mortimer Jordan, they win over Minor 35-14. Last report, Parker was leading Jackson Nolan 7-0. Woodlawn had an open date this week.
And I thought I had an updated score on that Huffman game, and I've just lost it. As it was Shades Valley there, Field. I thought I had an update, and I just can't find it right now. Moving on to Class 5A, it was Boaz over Sardis, as Boaz had to stop Sardis deep in the red zone at the end of the game. The Pirates get the win 28-24. Arab gets the win over Douglas 21-14. Douglas led at halftime 7-0. Arab scored 21 unanswered. To Douglas then scored a touchdown. The final was 21-14. Scottsboro on top of Brewer 31-27. And at last report, it was Gunnersville leading Grissom 27-16. 5A Region 6 tonight, it's Leeds leading St. Clair County 35-28. That's a battle of top 10 teams. Leeds ranked number 8. St. Clair County ranked number 10. The number 4 team in Class 5A is Moody, and they're shutting out Centerpoint 46-0. And it's Jacksonville. They're leading Springville 21-18. And Phil just got an update from that Scottsboro and Brewer game. And Brewer has taken the lead over Scottsboro at Trammell Stadium tonight. It's 34-31. Brewer on top of Scottsboro, and that's a big surprise tonight.
Definitely so. Brewer 1-4 on the year and have been hanging around, and they've found a way to get back in there.
And
got an
update back in 7A. Thompson Hewitt Russell goes final 34-12, and then Gas City goes up 44-0 on Lee.
34-12. Okay. All right, getting down to Class 5A Region 7. Oh, Jeff had an update. Moody now leads Centerpoint 53-0. 5A Region 7, Fairview's on top of Russellville 28-14. Priceville leads West Point 26-0. Lawrence County's on top of East Limestone 17-10. Ardmore had an open date this week. 5A Region 5, 2 finals. Winona beat John Carroll 33-14. Coroner was a winner over Briarwood 42-27. Ramsey is leading over Hayden in the second half, 46-6. Carver and Mobile Christian, that game was canceled tonight.
Phil, the game at Fairview tonight, the Aggies stay unbeaten as they beat Russellville tonight, 34-28. As Fairview ranked number 3 this week, they go to 4-0 in region play, and that may have just sewed up that region for them with that win tonight over Russellville, 34-28. In Class 4A, we've got 3 of the 4 final scores in 4A Region 6. Aniana has knocked off Etowah 21-7. Alexandria, they've won 7 in a row now over Hoax Bluff. Alexandria 39, Hoax Bluff 21. Anniston, they knock off Cherokee County tonight. That's number 5 beating number 4. It's Anniston 20, Cherokee County 13. And at last report, we had Asheville doubling up White Plains 32-16. Moving on to 4A Region 8, it's North Jackson leading Madison Academy 49-35. And Plainview leads Madison County 27-7. Last night, St. John Paul beat New Hope 35-27, and Randolph was a winner over DAR 45-15. Actually, it looks like Madison Academy, Phil, has just scored with 4.5 minutes to go. It's 49-42 now as Madison Academy fights back and closes to win it within a touchdown.
Tell you what, the Madison Academy is just not going to go away, that's for sure. 4A Region 5, Good Hope has won over Curry 48-8. Dora beat Haleyville 33-7. Fayette County all over Cordova 41-7. Late fourth quarter, Hamilton leading over Fultondale 49-7. 4A Region 7, West Morgan hangs it on East Lawrence 64-0. At last report, Brooks is on top of Danville 38-0. Finals, Hatton over West Limestone 40-14. Deschler beat Central of Florence 48-13, and Wilson had an open date.
Phil, I've got a final score on that Hamilton game. The Aggies now 7-0 on the year as they beat Fultondale tonight, 62-15. That game has gone final over in Hamilton this evening. 3A Region 8, it was 5. The Red Devils won 5 in a row now after opening the season with a loss in Montgomery to Maplesville. The Red Devils have reeled off 5 consecutive wins, and they win 41-6 over Sylvania tonight. The Geraldine-Collinsville game, exciting game there as Collinsville gave them a battle, but Geraldine able to pull away late, and they win it 29-19. Brindley Mountain is leading Asbury 39-18. And at the last report, we had Whitesburg Christian leading Holly Pond 14-6. Out of 3A Region 6, a couple of final scores as Westbrook has shut out Ohatchee down on the Creek Bank 48-0. It was Piedmont. They're unbeaten on the year, 6-0 are the Bulldogs. They beat Locust Fork on the road tonight, 49-9. J.B. Pennington has defeated Sachs. That game has gone final, 49-0 is the final score there. And Glencoe was on top of Weaver, 56-7 at last report. And Phil, want to update the Gunnersville score as the Wildcats have just added a touchdown, and they've gone up now in their game 34-16 as they're playing late there in the fourth quarter over in Huntsville.
So they're finally pulling away. It's finally wore Grissom down. In class, we got back to Class 3A. It was 3A Region 5. Two finals are in. Phil Campbell knocks off Midfield 36-26, and Gordo beat Oakman 29-13. In the fourth quarter, Vinemont's leading Hanceville 35-21, and Winfield's on top of Carbon Hill 48-13. 3A Region 7, two finals in there. Lauderdale County beat Clements 40-7. Colbert County was the winner over Colbert Heights 32-8. Right now, Sheffield's leading Elkmont 36-21, and Mars Hill Bible was up big in the second half over Rogers 42-3.
Phil, want to update a couple of final scores. We've got confirmed finals. Whitesburg Christian over Holly Pond, 28-6. That game a final tonight. Also a final in. Priceville has shut out West Point, 26-0 is the final score there. And it looks like Cold Springs. Did we have the final on that one? The Cold Springs score is 28-0. Cold Springs has defeated West End, and that's where we're going next to Class 2A, and we'll just begin in 2A Region 8, where last night it was Coosa Christian over Cleveland 58-13. And as we told you, Cold Springs now 6-1 on the year as they beat West End tonight 28-0. Last night, Faulkville, they beat Decatur Heritage 57-16 in a non-region game. And the Southeastern and Susan Moore game is a good one. We have don't have a final in. 21-16 is the score that we have there. And also in 2A Region 7, Pisgah shuts out Sandrock 56-0. Pleasant Valley was leading Cedar Bluff 37-0. And it was Section there leading Gaston at last report 42-30.
Class 2A Region 8. Right now, Lexington's on top of Winston County, 19-12. Nothing in yet on Tharptown and Tanner. Jeff, this says that Red Bay's open this week, but I've also seen a score where they played Tupelo Christian.
It may be one that they added, Phil, because they had an open date, and because Belgreen is in their region, they may have added a game. It wasn't on the list that I saw from the Alabama High School Athletic Association, so I'm not certain on that one.
Right, it come up on this. They're playing Tupelo Christian and leading 36-8 in the fourth quarter. So we'll make sure on that. But that's what that came up on the on what I saw. So they may have added that game this week. 2A Region 5, Tuscaloosa Academy beat Vincent 30-12. Sulligent is on top of Lamar County 28-0.
A couple of final scores before we go to Class 1A. It was Vinemont over Hansville, 78-42 is the final there. Also tonight, it was Homewood. They defeat Gardendale 42-9. It has gone final in Huntsville. Gunnersville has defeated Grissom 34-16. It was Parker over Jackson Olin 52-6. Hoover has defeated Oak Mountain 48-21. And Moody shuts out Centerpoint 53-0. And Trey, you got...
Oxford holds off Pell City. They win that one 36-31. Huge comeback from Pell City there, but they fall just short. Gadsden City is 44-6 on Lee. They blocked a extra point just then.
So that game, both those games should be late in the game there. Moving on to Class 1A tonight, where we've got one final in 1A Region 8 so far tonight, and that was Appalachian over Spring Garden 20-8. Galesville, they have defeated Eider tonight. The final was Galesville 38, as that just comes in 38-21 over the Eider Hornets. And Phil, you may have an update on this one. When Raglan was leading Valley Head 46-21.
It's a final. Raglan wins it 58-21.
58-21 is the final. So all those finals are in Region 8 with Raglan, Galesville, and Appalachian winning tonight. Woodville had an open date. 1A Region 6, only one game reporting in now, and that's Wadley. They have the longest winning streak in the state. They've won 20 in a row as the Bulldogs. They beat Woodland tonight 49-7.
In Class 1A Region 5, we've got Lynn is leading over Berry 28-14. Marion County is leading Brilliant 43-0. Hubbardville Lake was up on top of Pickens County 38-6. And, of course, we've got down that South Lamar won over Summerton Christian by forfeit. 1A Region 7, Addison beats Waterloo 45-0. Meek beats Shoals Christian 58-6. Phillips was a winner over Cherokee 36-12. And in the second half, Hackleburg was on top of Vina 42-0.
Phil, Asheville has won tonight. They win their 5th game of the year. They've gone 5-1 on the season. As we said, the best start since 1999 when John Gross was the coach there at Asheville. They went 9-1 that season, but Asheville wins 38-22 tonight. That game a final down at White Plains. Southern Elite Realty, serving all of North Alabama. Let Jerry O'Neill and his veteran team of agents provide you with a winning experience. Check them out at mysouthnelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Hey, it's Friday Night Lights. Cooler weather and great deals on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. Come see us before you buy your next vehicle. We do not have what you want. We'll order it for you. We have been in business for over 50 years and want to thank our customers and invite you to come see why people come see us again and again. The automobile business has changed, but Alexander Ford still values family, friendships, and good hometown people. Good luck to your school this football season, and come see us at Alexander Ford in Boaz.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Gunite pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger strives to provide quality furniture for every lifestyle. Choose from entertainment centers, bedroom suites, dining tables, home accessories, bedding, and Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and chairs. The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio is located on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team and schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Jamie Camper, Christy Farmer, Kelly Horton, Lacey Lowry, and Josh Creech were proud to play, cheer, and perform for Boaz High School, and now provide you with the power for your everyday life.
Friday Night Lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama. Alabama.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now, too.
Your Friday night football tradition continues. Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville.
As we come back at 9:47, the Gadsden City game has gone final. The Titans win it 44-6 to go to 4-2 and 3-0 in region play. And Southside, big win for the Southside Panthers tonight. Is in overtime. They beat May Jemison 22 to 16, and May Jemison came in 2-1 in region play. Southside was 1-1, so this is a big win for the Southside Panthers at home tonight in winning in overtime 22 to 16. And the Fort Payne Wildcats, they get a big win over Buckhorn at home tonight as Fort Payne wins 45 to 22 over Buckhorn, and got a final score, Phil, from over in Decatur this evening. That game has gone final as Decatur hands Columbia the loss 37-0, the final score. Also in 5A Region 7, it was Muscle Shoals. They shut out Athens 28-0. And, of course, last night, the win for Hartselle over Coleman, 24-0. In 6A Region 6, a couple of final scores tonight. Oxford had to hold on as Pell City came storming back, but the Yellow Jackets get the win on the road, 36-31, and Clay Chalkville, 49-0 shutout win over Mountain Brook. Haven't had an update on Shades Valley and Huffman in a while. Shades Valley was on top 14-7 at last report in their game.
And, of course, let's go back to the top. Start off with the finals. Of course, Huntsville was a winner over Austin, 21-17. Sparkman at last report was trailing Bob Jones. Sparkman went on top, 27-26 over Bob Jones, 29-26. But the game has not gone final. Sparkman up 29-26. Florence was a winner over James Clements, 21-17. 7A Region 3, Thompson won over Hewitt-Trussville, 34-12. Hoover over Oak Mountain, 48-21. Vestavia Hills beat Prattville, 54-28. And Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa was leading Tuscaloosa Academy, 49-21. And Jeff, an update that I got, it has gone final in the Glencoe game. Glencoe beat Weaver, 56-19.
And moving on to Class 5A, where Boaz had to hang on, but they knock off Sardis tonight, 28-24. Arab over Douglas, 21-14. The non-region matchup had Gunnersville beating Grissom 34-16. Now, still haven't got a confirmed score on the Brewer and Scottsboro game as final. The last thing we had was Brewer had come back to take the lead at 34-31 was the score in that game. 5A Region 6, it is now final, been confirmed. Andrews sends me the confirmation that Brewer has upset Scottsboro tonight, 34-31. Big win for the Brewer Patriots. That's their first region win of the year. They're now 2-4 as Scottsboro back-to-back losses last week at Coosa, or rather at Clay Central, and then tonight at home against Brewer as Brewer comes back to win over Scottsboro 34-31. Out of 5A Region 6 tonight, Moody was the winner over Centerpoint, 53-0. We had the latest score on Jacksonville, 21-18, leading Springville. And the latest thing we had in the top 10 matchup between Leeds and St. Clair County was Leeds 35, St. Clair County 28. And you got updates?
35-35 now.
35-35 in that game. And that's the way a top 10 game is supposed to be played, folks, down at St. Clair County tonight. 5A Region 7, Fairview stays unbeaten, 34-28 over Russellville. Priceville shuts out West Point, 26-0, and Lawrence County beat East Limestone, 30-13.
And of course,
hang on. One update, Shades Valley won 34-7 over Huffman. And I couldn't remember what you guys said with Sparkman. Bob Jones. Sparkman's up 29-26 with 4 minutes left to go in that one.
It is now final 29-26. Sparkman wins the game over Bob Jones tonight, and that's a bit of an upset there. Both now Sparkman now 3-1. All the teams in 7A Region 4, they have at least one loss, so that's going to be appeal as we go down. Everybody's still involved in the playoff push here.
Yeah, definitely so as we get down the stretch. And, of course, we go through in Class 4A as we drop down, trying to get an update. Has not gone final in that Plainview-Madison County game in 4A Region 8, but Plainview's on top 34-7. Randolph beat DAR 45-15. Jeff, give you an update. North Jackson's leading over Madison Academy 56-49 as they play in the fourth quarter. North Jackson was 4A Region 8 champions a year ago, and they're trying to repeat. And, boy, a win over Madison Academy would be huge. St. John Paul beat New Hope 35-27. Westminster had an open date. 4A Region 6 all finals in. Aniana over Etowah 21-7. Alexandria beat Hokes Bluff 39-21. Anniston knocked off Cherokee County and haven't sold up the 4A Region title yet, but they've beat all the beasts as they knock off Cherokee County tonight 20-13. And Asheville, what a great start they're off to as they knock off White Plains 38-22.
In the 3A Region 8, all the games are final but one, and it's 2 minutes to go at Brindley Mountain, and the Lions are going to win their second game of the year as they're on top of Asbury 46-18. That game not yet a final, but with 2 minutes to go. Whitesburg Christian beats Holly Pond 28-6. It was Geraldine as Collinsville came back, actually took the lead in this game, but Geraldine pulled away to win 29-19, and Fife was the winner over Sylvania 41-6. Out of 3A Region 6 was J.B. Pennington shutting out Sachs 49-0. Piedmont was a winner over Locust Fork 49-9. It was Westbrook tonight over Ohatchee 49-18. And Phil, you told me, was it 56-19? The Glencoe, that is the confirmed final, 56-19 as the Yellow Jackets now 4-2 on the season.
And of course, as we knock down to Class 2A. All but one final in from 2A Region 6. It was Sousa Christian beating Cleveland 58-13. Cold Springs a winner over West End 28-0. Southeastern was leading Susan Moore 21-16 last night. I guess final. 21-16. Southeastern has knocked off Susan Moore, so that one has gone final. Boy, that was a battle, but Southeastern gets a big region win there. Faultville, last night they beat Decatur Heritage. They stepped out of region play. They won 57-16. 2A Region 7 section. Has this gone final? That was confirmed final.
42-30.
42-30. So section gets their second win of the year. So congratulations to Coach Edwards and his section Lions. A well-deserved win as they knock off Gaston 42-30. Pisgah continues to be on top of 2A Region 7 along with North Sand Mountain. They knock off Sandrock 56-0. North Sand was open this week. And Pleasant Valley keeps in a little bit of distance. They've got one loss so far, but they're still in a hunt to win a region title or at least host a playoff game as they are leading Cedar Bluff late 37-0.
Phil, we do have a confirmed final from Plainview tonight. 41-21 is the final score as Plainview gets the win tonight. 41-21 over Madison County, and also tonight a final in Class 3A that we hadn't passed along. It was Sheffield beating Elkmont tonight 36-21. Those are confirmed finals. Ragland was winner over Valley Head in 1A Region 8 tonight 58-21. Galesville beats Ider 38-21. It was Appalachian over Spring Garden 20-8, and Wadley, the number one team in Class 1A, they beat Woodland tonight 49-7. Coming up at 11:45 this evening, we'll name this week's Team of the Week. The Albertville Aggies were our Team of the Week for Week 6. Our Team of the Week sponsors each week are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. The Team of the Week announcement coming up at 11:45 right here on the High School Football Scoreboard.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major is striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Where can you find a dealership that makes it easy to buy a new vehicle? WholesaleCars.com. Hi, this is Brett, General Manager of WholesaleCars.com. With today's hectic lifestyle, convenience is everything. Buy with us, and you can make your payments online, over the phone, or even by bank draft. You can even choose your payment date. We offer across-the-board financing with rates that beat most banks. That's just a few reasons that we've earned an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Come see us. WholesaleCars.com, Highway 431, Albertville.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville, the most listened to scoreboard in the state of Alabama. Here's your hosts, Jeff Allen and Phil Harris.
As we come back, a couple of final scores. I know Phil told you the final from section tonight as they get their second win of the year over Gaston, 42-30. As we went to break, we told you that Madison Academy had taken the lead 57-56 with 52 seconds to go at North Jackson tonight. That is the final score as Madison Academy came back multiple times tonight. They scored late, got the 2-point conversion, and they beat North Jackson 57-56. Final score from R.D. Hicks Stadium this evening. Want to go to the telephone now, and joining us on the line is head coach for the Appalachian Eagles, and that's Coach Neil Whittington. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard, and big win for your football team tonight over Spring Garden. I heard it was a very hard-fought game down at Appalachian tonight.
It was. We had a war going on up here. Coach Ragsdale brought in kids, played really physical. It's a hard-fought game.
Well, Coach, that's the way your team also plays, a physical football game. You like to line up and run the football, and I understand it was a close game, maybe 8-8 at halftime, and sounds like you kind of controlled the game in the second half.
Yeah, we went in at the half. They was up on us 8-6, and
okay.
Like I said, we challenged the guys to come out and play hard and not feed into any of the antics and just play their game and be physical and just take the fight to them. And the guys responded well. And like I said, we couldn't ask anything better from our guys. I mean, it was a great team win. Any of the guys, we had to pull off the sidelines, to go in, and they just all responded good. And I couldn't be more proud of my guys.
Coach, I know this is a big win for you against Spring Garden. They've been a tough opponent in 1A for several years now. You had them at their place tonight, or at your place tonight, and getting that win on that's just a huge region win for you this evening to go to 3-0 in region play.
It is. Like I said, Spring Garden's that team that in any sport you look at across the board, they've been in that top group for years, and to have a chance to beat them, that says a lot for a football program. It says a lot for young men, and because like I said, Spring Garden has been one of those teams that a lot of the 1A teams have looked up to for years and kind of chased them. And like I said, we were fortunate enough tonight to be able to get that win.
Well, Coach Whittington, this is Phil Harris. Of course, you've been coach for many years. It gets to the second half of the season. Of course, everybody's all pumped up and ready to play each Friday night. But starting the second half of the season, things kind of change a little bit. The weather cools off. The guys settle in. You start getting beat up a little bit, and it becomes a war of attrition. So these kind of games are really tough.
It is. Like I said, just at this point in time, because our bye week's week 10, so we don't get that week to rest up a little and heal some wounds. And like I said, getting now it's just beat up and beat on, and like we tell our kids, every Monday it's a work day, so they get Saturday and Sunday to lick their wounds and be ready to go again on Monday.
Well, Coach, I know you're in kind of a different world now. A lot of times teams have been chasing your Spring Gardens. Well, now all of a sudden the hat goes on different. Now everybody's going to be after Appalachian. How do you caution your guys, because you become the hunted now? Everybody's going to be after you because you can't get complacent because everybody's after you now.
Well, we tell our guys that the outlook we want them to take is each week we need to go 1-0. We try to keep them as humble as possible. We just don't let them get, their heads get blowed up, and remind them, because early on the guys was like, we want to go 10-0. Appalachian's never been 10-0, and we told them, so guys, to do that, you got to be 1-0, and then 2-0, so on and so forth. And tonight we made it to 7-0, and we just keep telling them, you got to keep your feet on the ground. You got to keep your eyes on the prize. We got to get to the finish line, because if you have 1 week where you go 0-1, then that 10-0 goal you had is out the window.
Well, Coach, I know the goal is 10-0. You come in with a very experienced football team this year coming into the season. Would you talk about some of the leaders on your football team tonight?
We, like I said, at halftime we was down 2, and we had our offensive line stand up. Coach Beard called them out and challenged them, and Eli Beard, he's kind of he's our war daddy. I mean, he's the guy that goes anytime we need him to go, and like I said, we challenged them, and he turned around and challenged them again at halftime when we was getting ready to come out from halftime, and like I said, then after the game, he took the spot to step up after coaches had said their piece and addressed the team, and can't say enough about the leadership that young man brings to us. And like I said, him, but like I said, our entire offensive line really stepped up tonight and cleared some holes and did good things and really played their tails off.
Coach, 20-8 win tonight over Spring Garden. Next week you go on the road to Ragland. Then you got a tough Woodville team coming in there in week 8, and you round it out with Valley Head. So it's not going to get any easier as you're 7-0. And as Phil said, everybody's shooting for you now. You're at the top of the region.
Well, like I said, those three teams you knocked off. Woodville hadn't had a football team, I think, 20 years now, and Coach Poole's doing a phenomenal job with those young men up there. And then you look at Ragland and you look at Valley Head, and just through the years, yeah, those are some of the teams that's always kind of been up there with the Spring Gardens. They're those teams that the rest of us have always chased, and so it's not going to get easier for us year in, year out. Those teams, Spring Garden, Ragland, Valley Head, Coach Poole, what he's doing now at Woodville. I mean, those are going to be top tier teams, and like I said, it's just we got to keep our guys understanding that you can't take anybody for granted any time. And like I said, chasing some of those guys for as long as we've been here, it does feel good to kind of be in that breath with them. And so, like I said, we just got to keep our feet on the ground and stay pushing forward.
Well, congratulations, Coach, to the team and the staff tonight on the big win at home, 20-8 over Spring Garden. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us tonight on the Scoreboard Show.
All right, and hey, we'll be looking for that team of the week.
All right, Coach, you're in the running. All right.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. That's Coach Whittington down at Appalachian. In that region tonight, it was Ragland over Valley Head 28-21, and Galesville got the win over Eider 38-21. Woodville had an open date this week. Wilburn's Waxing Solutions, specializing in recoating gymnasium hardwood floors, tile floors, and they offer commercial cleaning. Contact Michael or Mikhail Wilburn at Wilburn's Waxing Solutions, or you can check them out on Facebook at 10:08. This is the high school football scoreboard.
Since 1991, James Barbecue has been serving up mouth-watering barbecue starting from a humble food truck in Geraldine, Alabama. Now with 2 smoking locations, including Little James Barbecue in Rainsville, they're still cooking fresh food daily with homemade sauces you'll dream about. Don't forget steak night every Friday, hot off the grill and worth the trip. And Annie says,
"Come get my dad's barbecue. We're fired up to serve you."
James Barbecue or Little James Barbecue is always available for catering. James Barbecue, slow cooked and full of Southern flavor.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935, starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday 7:30 to 4:30 and Saturdays till noon.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new Scoreboard video boards at Boaz and Douglas High School to all Scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
This is the DeKalb County Sheriff Nick Weldon. At the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office, we truly believe in the concept of public service. My deputies and I will always strive to be fair and just and treat every person the same. We pledge to develop a partnership with the community to improve the safety for each citizen and give them a positive experience with our office. Our goal at the DeKalb County Sheriff's Office is to protect you, your family, and your property. God bless.
You can buy for less.
Hey folks, Randy Ball here at Gilbert Ball Ford in Albertville. At Gilbert Ball Ford, our customer service is top priority. Our priority is to serve our customers and our communities. We'll appreciate having you as our customer and look forward to serving you again. Come see the difference at Gilbert Ball Ford in Albertville. And remember folks, if you don't come see us, I can't save you any money. And visit our website at gilbertballford.com.
You can buy for less. You can buy for less.
Hey folks, Jerry O'Neill, broker and owner of Southern Elite Realty. We're so proud to be a part of the WQSB family and honored to help bring you the Friday Night Scoreboard.
And that is my man, Jerry O'Neill. Lake properties, mountain properties, residential or commercial. Jerry O'Neill and the folks at Southern Elite Realty, they treat every property like it's their own. Hey, check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Realty, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation. It's still a Chamber of Commerce Friday night for football in Week 7, Phil, and we've got most of the finals tonight.
Most of the finals in, and boy, some big games, some big region games, and boy, everything's starting to really take shape. 2A Region 6, Coosa Christian keeps a stronghold on that region. They win 58-13 over Cleveland. Cold Springs knocks off West End 28-0. Southeastern wins a big one. They knock off Susan Moore 21-16. Faultville stepped out of region play. They knock off Decatur Heritage 53-16. 2A Region 7 section gets their second win of the year. Huge win over Gaston 42-30. Pisgah beats Satin Rock 56-0. Last report, Pleasant Valley was leading Cedar Bluff in the second half 37-0. And North Satin Mountain got I don't know, as well as they're playing, I don't know if you want an open date, but it's probably good to get a little rest mid-season because they've got some tough games coming up down the stretch, but North Satin Mountain had an open date this week.
We talked to Appalachian coach Neil Whittington in the last set. His team is 7-0. They have never had an unbeaten 10-0 season. And North Satin Mountain 6-0, and I don't think they've ever had a 10-0 season. Of course, they've got Pisgah and Pleasant Valley coming up, but that's a challenge for North Satin Mountain. But they're unbeaten right now, and they're sitting at home taking a rest tonight. 3A Region 8, it was Whitesburg Christian over Holly Pond 28-6. Brindley Mountain, and I'm going to quote my cousin Terry Allen, who is the principal at Brindley Mountain. He said it was the first time in a coon's age that Brindley Mountain went on the road and won 54-18 tonight. Geraldine defeats Collinsville 29-19, and 5 picks up win number 5 on the year, 41-6. 3A Region 6 tonight, Glencoe over Weaver 56-19. Westbrook shuts out Ohatchee on the Creek Bank 48-0. J.B. Pennington also in Calhoun County tonight, pitching a shutout 49-0. And Piedmont went to Blount County tonight, and the Bulldogs roll. They're 6-0. They beat Locust Fork 49-9. And Phil, we do have a final score. Let's see. I thought Andrew posted. Yes, Pleasant Valley 34-6 is the final. 34-6. We had 37-0, but 34-6 is a confirmed final in that game tonight.
Well, Jeff, going back to that, in a coon's age, I've heard that saying before, but I've never really thought about it. How long actually is a coon's age?
That I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'll ask Terry the next time I see him.
That's one of them. That's one of them. Kind of like when you go to a restaurant, and you get mystery meat. You just really don't know. You just really don't know.
Don't like restaurants like that.
4A Region 6, Adiana knocks off Etowah 21-7. Alexandria, big win on the road at Hoax Bluff 39-21. This Alexandria team, Jeff, I think is kind of flying under the radar. It's a pretty good football team.
The only loss, 20-18 against Anniston. And there was some controversy, I think, in that game, but that was a big win for Anniston, but a tough loss there for Alexandria. But those two teams look like they may be the best two teams after Anniston dispatched Cherokee County tonight.
Yeah, because Anniston kind of puts them in the driver's seat, and that opens the door if Alexandria takes care of business to finish second in that region. So we'll see what happens. And speaking of Anniston, they passed a big test tonight, knocking off Cherokee County 20-13. So Anniston's beating all the big boys in the region. It's a matter of taking care of the ones they should beat. We'll see how it goes down the stretch. Asheville, boy, what a surprise this team's been. They knock off White Plains tonight, 38-22. 4A Region A, the Plainview Bears continue to impress, and I guess we can go ahead and say it, too much blue, as they knock off Madison County, 41-21. Randolph was a winner over DAR, 45-15. Boy, what a great game this was. North Jackson led throughout, stayed on top by a couple of scores several times during the game, but Madison Academy came back late, scored, got a 2-point conversion, and knock off North Jackson at Stevenson at R.D. Hicks Stadium, 57-56, a huge win for Madison Academy as they break North Jackson's heart. St. John Paul beat New Hope 35-27, and Westminster had an open date this week.
Moving on to Class 5A, Gunnersville out of region tonight, defeated Grissom at Grissom 34-16. Brewer pulls the upset of the night. They go into Scottsboro and knock off the Wildcats 34-31. It was Arab scoring 21 second-half points and defeating Douglas 21-14. And Boaz had have a red zone stop as Sardis was on the Boaz 5-yard line, and Boaz gets the stop to win 28-24 tonight. 5A Region 6 in double overtime tonight. Another great game between ranked teams. Leeds number 8 falls to number 10 St. Clair County in double overtime as St. Clair County went for 2 and beat Leeds 50-49. Moody shuts out Centerpoint 53-0, and Jacksonville outscores Springville 49-32.
In Class 6A, the Fort Payne Wildcats, 6A Region 8, of course, they are defending region champions, and they're trying to do it again. They continue to impress. An explosive offensive game tonight against a good Buckhorn team as they win it 45-22, scored in a lot of different ways. Eli Griggs had a big night. I know he caught 2 touchdown passes and had a strip that set up a touchdown right before halftime that really pretty much put this game away. So, the Fort Payne Wildcats win once again and are actually unbeaten in region play. Gadsden City, they knock off Lee handily 44-6. It was Southside in overtime. They beat May Jemison 22-16. Hazel Green had an open date. 6A Region 7, Hartsville over Coleman 24-0. Decatur beat Columbia 37-0. Muscle Shoals was a winner over Athens 28-0. Jasper had an open date. 6A Region 6, Oxford beat Pell City 36-31. Clay Chalkville beat Mountain Brook 49-0. And Jeff, I didn't write down the Huffman Shades Valley score.
The final score was 34-7. Shades Valley gets their second win of the year over Huffman. And quickly in 7A, because we got Coach Brian Knapp on the phone, we're going to go to him in just a moment. It was Sparkman over Bob Jones, 29-26. Huntsville came from behind to knock off Austin tonight, 21-17. By the same score last night, Florence beat James Clemens, 21-17. And in 7A Region 3, your top matchup of the night, it was Thompson. They defeat Hewitt-Trussville 34-12. Hoover rolls over Oak Mountain 48-21. It was Vestavia Hills beating Prattville 54-28, and Hillcrest Tuscaloosa over Tuscaloosa County 63-21. And Coach Brian Knapp from the Galesville Trojans joining us on the phone tonight as he had a big win at home tonight against the Eider Hornets. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard, and congratulations on the 38-21 win over Eider this evening.
Thank you, Jeff. Big homecoming win for us. Great win for our school and our community. Like you said, we won 38-21.
Coach, now I believe 3-3 on the season. Understand last week against a very good Verbena team, they just kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter. But your guys bounced back tonight, got a big win over the Eider Hornets to set you up here for the last 3 or 4 games of the season for you.
Yes, sir. Last 2 weeks we have improved defensively, and that's really helped our cause. And as far as tonight, they got the ball first. We came up with a stop, and our first drive we had a 17-play drive, and I think I threw it one time, Jeff. So that was tailor-made drive for us, and we were able to punch it in.
And that took about a quarter and a half, didn't it?
I think there was a minute 26 left on the clock, so that's right in our wheelhouse.
Coach, are you there?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Oh, okay. I thought we lost you there for a moment. You said it was right in your wheelhouse. 16 runs and 1 pass on that drive. That kind of set you up for the rest of the game, I guess.
Yes, it did. It did. We had 51 plays from the line of scrimmage, and we threw 2 passes. So that's ground and pound, control the ball, just play in a phone booth. That's what we do, and it was effective tonight.
Well, Coach, this is Phil Harris. Of course, it was great to have your workhorse back, healthy. According to what I listened to on the radio, it sounded like that he was in pretty good health tonight. And that's big for your football team because he's kind of your bell cow.
He is, and Phil, we lined up no power eye tonight, and I played him at quarterback. So, he gives you the ability to run the football and run the bootleg, and he's super athletic, and he has a unique skill set.
Yeah, hey, definitely. Hey, now I was listening to that drive. It was 17 plays. It took 10 minutes and 19 seconds. You threw 1 pass for a first down. Of course, that throwed off my concentration there, so I was really confused. But you drove on in and scored, and that put you up 6-0 early. But Eider put up a good fight because things kind of got helter-skelter there. Some big plays. Kind of sort of got the game going, and it was 22-14, I think, at halftime. But your defense really played well. Eider moved the ball pretty well, but they had to be near perfect to move the football. Y'all didn't give them anything.
No, and hats off to Eider and their coaching staff and their kids. I'm going to tell you something, Phil. They are scrappy. They are hard-nosed. And they just keep getting better. So, look out for Eider in the near future, guys. I'm telling you. Their scheme and what they do, he does a really good job.
Well, I noticed the announcers talking about they did a great job of tackling in space, and that's hard for a high school team to do.
It is. And they have a dynamic freshman quarterback who also plays free safety, and he is something else. He really is.
Well, Coach, you talking about them. This is a young team for you. Only one senior on this football team. So this group is coming together. Like I said, you're 3-3 on the season. You've got some tough games ahead of you, beginning with Spring Garden next week away before you get Raglan and Woodland in the region. But with this win now, you put yourself in a position to maybe claw your way into the playoffs here.
Well, that's the goal, Jeff. We're going to tell you week by week. And like I said, we play Spring Garden next week. And Coach Ragsdale, Coach Bowman, they do a really good job. So we'll have our hands full next week when we travel to Spring Garden.
Well, Coach, before we let you go, we had the opportunity to meet Aiden Heinrich today. He was our student athlete of the week, a 3-point average, and of course he's one of your leaders on your football team. Just talk a little bit about his influence on your football team and the school over there at Galesville.
He is a great Christian young man. He leads by example. He's always where he's supposed to be and doing what he's supposed to be doing. And when he walks across that stage at Galesville High School, there's no doubt he will be highly successful.
Well, Coach, enjoyed meeting him today and was surprised to meet your new principal when I walked in and saw Ronnie Crabtree there, who long time at Fort Payne and superintendent of education in Fort Payne, and there he was at Galesville High School, and it was great to see him again today.
Yes, he's been a great addition. I think he's been on the job for 2 weeks now, and he's done a lot of wonderful things already. So. Looking forward to see what else he does for our school.
Well, Coach, do you think he's going to make an honest man out of you?
He'll try. That's for sure.
Well,
it's a good thing. He's an old football coach too, so we've had some good conversations.
It's always for a football coach to have an old football coach as your principal. And Coach,
that's right.
We appreciate you giving us a call tonight on the Scoreboard Show. Again, congratulations on the win tonight, and good luck next week against Spring Garden.
Thank you, guys, and thanks for what you do for high school athletics. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Brian Knapp, as his Galesville Trojans now 3-3 on the season. Be part of the show this season by submitting your game day photos from the field to the sidelines, to the band, to all the fans in the stands. Hey, you can upload your pictures from tonight's game on the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard page and show your school spirit and be part of the Friday night tradition. It's 10:26, and this is the High School Football Scoreboard.
Support your favorite team in school colors from Dixie Designs, Denson Avenue in Boaz. Dixie Designs can create a logo or custom artwork for your school, church, business, or upcoming event. From screen printing to embroidery, the team at Dixie Designs can do it all. T-shirts, caps, sweats, jackets, polos, uniforms, and much more. Dixie Designs is the official printer of the WQSB Team of the Week T-shirts. Dixie Designs, 415 Denson Avenue in Boaz. Quality sportswear that you can wear every day.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama. Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time. This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now too.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
Take the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard with you wherever you go. Download our free WQSB app for your phone and smart device. Now, back to the scoreboard on Alabama's Country Giant, WQSB.
And congratulations to Christian Ramirez of Albertville High School. Christian was this week's Marshall DeKalb Electric Lineman of the Week. Now, each week during the regular season, Marshall DeKalb will honor one of the top linemen in the area, and this week it was Christian Ramirez. And thanks for listening to the High School Football Scoreboard. And you have us a story?
Yeah, I have a little bit of a story I wanted to share. I hadn't told anybody because I just kind of wanted to surprise y'all, but it just goes to show you that the importance of scoreboard shows sometimes. I talked to Coach Rusty Jacobway today, longtime friend. He's always got a story to tell. Well, when I was talking to him, he said that during the Auburn-Oklahoma game, they went out to the game at Norman. Well, they drove to Oklahoma City while they were out there and went to see Hank Williams Jr. in concert. Well, on their way back from Oklahoma City to Norman, he turned it on and they listened to the high school scoreboard all the way from Oklahoma City back to Norman. And I thought that was interesting. So we kind of sort of get around the world. Everybody wants to know what's going on no matter where they go.
Yeah, and you can download the app, and wherever you are, you can listen to us on the app, because now most new cars, when you get into your car, your phone's going to connect to your system there. So we appreciate Coach Jake Away. He's one of the best, and he's been a supporter of this program for many, many, many years, and we appreciate it. Final scores tonight: Class 7A Huntsville over Austin 21-17. Sparkman over Bob Jones by a field goal 29-16. Also, Florence was a winner over James Clemens 21-17 last night. Number 3 Thompson beats number 1 Hewitt Trussville 34-12. It was Hoover over Oak Mountain tonight 48-21. Vestavia Hills outscores Prattville 54-28, and also Hillcrest Tuscaloosa rolls over Tuscaloosa County 63-21.
In Class 6A Region 8, big win for the Fort Payne Wildcats as they knock off Buckhorn. It was homecoming for the Wildcats, and they make it happy. They beat Buckhorn 45-22. Gadsden City, another big win. They knock off Lee 44-6. These two are on a collision course. Southside, what a huge win for Coach Miles Holcomb. They knock off Mae Jemison in overtime, 22-16, to keep their playoff hopes alive, very much alive. And, of course, Hazel Green had an open day. 6A Region 7, Hartsville over Coleman, 24-0. Decatur beat Columbia 37-0. Muscle Shoals shuts out Athens, as it's a trifecta in shutouts in that region tonight, 28-0. And then Jasper had an open day.
6A Region 6 tonight. Oxford had to hold on, but they knock off Pale City 36-31. Clay Chalkville now 7-0 on the season, ranked number 1 in Class 6A. They beat Mountain Brook 49-0. Shades Valley was a winner over Huffman 34-7. From 6A Region 5, it was Homewood beating Gardendale 42-9. Mortimer Jordan surprises Minor 35-14. It was Parker over Jackson Olin 52-6, and Woodlawn had an open date.
In Class 5A Region 8, Boaz, they struggled, but they held on to beat Sardis 28-24. Big region win there. Arab has knocked off Douglas 21-14, and boy, this region has now gotten turned upside down. How about the Brewer Patriots? They go into Scottsboro homecoming and surprise the Wildcats 34-31. It looked like this was going to be a Scottsboro versus Gunnersville for a region title, boy, but Brewer has upset the apple cart as they come up with a big road win. Gunnersville, non-region, they held off to beat Grissom 34-16. 5A Region 6, Jacksonville beats Springville 49-32. Moody shuts out Centerpoint 53-0, and what a great game this was. The St. Clair Saints continues to impress. They beat Leeds 50-49 in overtime.
From 5A Region 7 tonight, number 3 Fairview stayed unbeaten with a 34-28 win over Russellville. Priceville now 5-1 on the year. They shut out West Point 26-0. It was Lawrence County beating East Limestone 30-13. Ardmore had an open date. From 5A Region 5, it was Ramsey beating Hayden 73-6. Corner rolls over Briarwood 42-27, and Winona beats John Carroll 33-14. The non-region game between Carver and Mobile Christian was canceled tonight.
4A Region 6, Aniana knocks off Etowah 21-7. Alexandria beat Hoax Bluff 39-21. Anniston in a big win. They knock off Cherokee County 20-13 to take control of 4A Region 6. It is Asheville. They win again. They knock off White Plains 38-22. 4A Region 8, Plainview remains unbeaten overall and unbeaten in region play. They beat Madison County 41-21. Big road win for the Bears. Randolph over DAR 45-15. It was St. John Paul knocking off New Hope 35-27 in the game of the night. Madison Academy come from 2 scores down. They get a 2-point conversion late at Stevenson and at R.D. Hicks Stadium. They surprised North Jackson 57-56. Westminster had an open date.
Bill, 2 games I'd like to see tonight is that one, the Madison Academy North Jackson game, and that 2 overtime game between St. Clair County and leads. Great games, and Trey will get it in just a moment. 4A Region 5, it was Good Hope. They're now 6-0. They defeat Curry 48-8. It was Dora over Haleyville 33-7. Fayette County over Cordova 41-7. Hamilton stays unbeaten with a 62-15 win over Fultondale. West Morgan out of 4A Region 7 gets the shutout win 64-0 tonight over East Lawrence. Brooks shuts out Danville 65-0. It was Hatton over West Limestone 40-14, and Deshler stayed unbeaten with a 48-13 win over Central of Florence. And Wilson had an open date. Trey, have we got Coach Holcomb on the line? Let's bring in Coach Miles Holcomb, the head coach of the Southside Panthers. And good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard. And what a great game at Southside at Barney Hood tonight as your team got a big overtime win over Mae Jemison. Congratulations. And that was a huge win for you this evening in the region.
Yes, sir. I mean, it was, we came into it, obviously we have some, I guess, with homecoming around here. I think this is the last 3 homecoming games we've went into overtime. It's just, we knew it was a big game because it's a region game, and they were coming off a big win over Sparkman, and it was just, they're a super talented football team. And so to get a win, over them when, there was a couple times in the game, defense had to kind of come back and, they got an onside kick late when the game was tied up right there at the end of the fourth quarter, and defense makes a huge stand, give us a chance to go into overtime, and it was a great win. It was a great win for our team. I think our team kind of grew up tonight.
Well, Coach, you had to grow up. They come in, I believe they were 2-1 in region play. You were 1-1. That's a big game for both of you tonight. Of course, Fort Payne and Gadsden City in that region remains unbeaten, and I know you're competing for those playoff positions. But talk about the big plays in this game. I know there had to be several big plays there at the end of the game, especially in overtime for you.
Well, yeah, in overtime, it was a third down play, and Christian Morris is our quarterback, freshman kid. So, we asked a lot of them tonight. We played probably more 10 personnel tonight than we played in probably all season. Josh Peoples has kind of been banged up for us a little bit early in the season. And we felt like last week, he kind of got back healthy. We make a call down there on third down in overtime, and Christian kind of puts it exactly where he's supposed to. Josh catches it, kind of finds a way to make a guy miss and score. And then late in the game, in the first overtime defensively, we make a great play. They were bringing some extra offensive linemen in and just trying to run it at us. And luckily for us, we played Etowah last week, and we've seen almost the exact same formation. So our guys knew how to play it. We personnel really, really well. I mean, I can't say enough good things about what Coach Gray did tonight, with the defensive game plan, the amount of personnel that we did, because they had a bunch of different personnel also. So, I think we went from 3 different personnels on 3 different downs in the first overtime to get a stop. And, in the second overtime, we score. We don't get the 2-point conversion, and we get them on fourth. We get the fourth down. I think it's 4th and 6. We get pressure on him. He kind of steps up, and then, our defense kind of makes a goal line stand right there to kind of walk it off, and which was, incredible. It was an incredible feeling, incredible game. Huge for our kids. Early in the game, we felt like our 2 backs that were playing. I think Miles Rickles ran the ball really well tonight. Jamel Boyd's always he's kind of a workhorse. And then our third back actually probably almost walked into the end zone on one of them, and we ended up getting stopped on the 1 yard line. But defense got a couple turnovers tonight. It's been something that we've been struggling with a little bit all year, and Coach Gray's been kind of harping on it. But, we found a way to come away with some short fields and get a chance to punch some in. And, I can't say enough things about our offensive line. Their defensive line is as good as anybody. They're definitely as good as advertised. Hezekiah Harris he's a really, really good football player. And Rance Brown, he kind of followed him around all night. We did some tackle over stuff. And, hats off to Rance about how he played tonight. You talk about a kid who's probably going to be in the SEC. I feel like Rance did a really, really good job.
Coach, I got one more question. I know Phil's got a couple for you. But when you were talking about players, you're talking about a lot of young players there. You're talking about Rickles as a freshman. You talked about your freshman quarterback. That's a lot of growing up in a game like tonight with a lot of pressure in it.
Well, I told them after the halftime of Fort Payne, we're 4 games in. It was like, hey, there's not an excuse anymore. Like, youth's not an excuse. And you look up last week, I think we got 6 freshmen starting on offense and 1 starting on defense. And Luke Brooks on defense at safety has been, as consistent as anybody. And it's just one of those situations. That's just where we are. Our upperclassmen are great kids, and they have, they play pivotal roles. Josh Peoples is a senior. Cooper Hood, our tight end, he's on the field all the time. He's a senior. Our right guard, Camden Simmons, is a senior. We've got some pivotal juniors also in there, but it's one of those situations where we've got a lot of freshmen and sophomores that are playing. We talked about it all year. We've been trying to find a way to play with each other and for each other, and it's been a little disconnected at times. But tonight, I felt like for the first time that we played as a team. It wasn't individuals just kind of trying to do their thing. But we kind of grew up as a team because there is such an age gap and there is such a big difference in the ages of the guys who were out there. They didn't naturally have that opportunity to play together from the time they started playing, and so it's been a little bit of a work in progress. And I told Ms. Tucker early on, I was like, I'm not real sure how we're going to be early, but I think we're going to be a pretty good football team for us all done this year. And hats off to our kids. They got to put up with me on a daily basis, and so I love them to death, and I'm just super proud of them.
Well, Coach, this is Phil Harrison. You kind of answered a lot of the things. That's exactly what I was going to ask about. Of course, many that don't know, you went away and then came back this year. And so it's kind of a learning process. But this is the kind of game where you win it in overtime and against a lot better football team than people thinks, where those kids grow up. Do you think you saw that, and you think that's going to help for the rest of the season?
Yes, sir. There's no rest for us. We go on the road to Buckhorn next week, and so they're a really good football team, And so, for me, there was a situation there in the fourth quarter. We're down there in the red zone. We moved the ball really well. We have a chance to punch one in. We're up 18-6, and their defense makes a great play. Kind of get pushed out of field goal range a little bit. We attempt one. They try to jump over our center, so they get a penalty. It gets moved up, and then they block the next one. Well, turn right around. The next play, they take one, 75 and score. Well, there's a lot of times that in the past, in a couple games, it's like, oh, things are starting to snowball. They're going to roll like we can't get it back. Well, right after they score, they get the 2-point conversion. They kick it off, and they get the onside kick. And you talk about like back-to-back-to-back plays, like possessions that are not going our way late in the fourth quarter with a bunch of guys who were young and a little bit inexperienced. And still, we found a way to make a couple plays late. We found a way to make enough plays in overtime. And, there's a lot of stuff that we got to fix, and there's a lot of stuff that we got to go back next week and try to get corrected. But, it feels a lot better trying to correct them after a win.
Well, Coach, you can enjoy this win tonight, 22-16 over Mae Jemison. Congratulations to the team and, of course, you and the staff. And we wish you the best next week as you got another tough one at Buckhorn. And we appreciate you spending some time with us on the Scoreboard Show tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for what y'all do. I appreciate it.
That's Coach Miles Holcomb as he gets his 3rd win of the year as the Southside Panthers at home tonight, beating Mae Jemison 22-16. Congratulations to our student athletes of the week, Aiden Heinrich, who plays football at Galesville High School, and Sarah Graham, who plays volleyball at Sylvania High School. Student Athlete of the Week is made possible each and every week by Bring Your Own Bid Retail and Mike Richards Automotive.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
The Furniture Shop, Lazy Boy Comfort Studio in Albertville and Henniger strives to provide quality furniture for every lifestyle. Choose from entertainment centers, bedroom suites, dining tables, home accessories, bedding, and Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, and chairs. The Furniture Shop Lazy Boy Comfort Studio is located on Highway 431 in Albertville and Highway 75 in Henniger.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Attala, Alabama.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
Southern Elite Realty, they serve all of North Alabama. Let my man Jerry O'Neill and his veteran team of agents provide you with a winning experience. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com, where great real estate is built on a firm foundation.
Well, we stepped away. It was 3A scores we were headed into, so we'll start with 3A Region 8. It was Fife over Sylvania, 41-6. This is 5 wins in a row for the Red Devils now. Geraldine, big win, the 15th straight time they beat Collinsville. So they got up early, 14-0. Collinsville came back, got within 14-12, actually took the lead 19-14, but Geraldine able to pull away down the stretch and win it again. Geraldine wins over Collinsville 29-19. Brindley Mountain wins on the road. They beat Asbury 54-18. Whitesburg Christian beat Holly Pond non-region game here. Whitesburg Christian wins at 28-6. 3A Region 6, it was Glencoe winning over Weaver 56-19. So another big win for the Yellow Jackets. It was homecoming down in Gadsden. Of course, Westbrook was a winner over Ohatchee 48-0. Piedmont all over Locust 49-9. J.B. Pennington beat Sachs 49-0. Walter Welborn had an open date.
Moving on to 3A Region 5 tonight, where Vinemont, they're now 4-0 in region play as they beat county rival Hansville. Basketball score tonight, 78-42 the final there. Phil Campbell got the win over Midfield, 36-26. Gordo stayed unbeaten. They're also 4-0 in region play. In Region 5, it was Gordo 30, make that 29, and Oakman 13, and Winfield, they roll over Carbon Hill 61-13. From 3A Region 7, Sheffield beat Elkmont 36-21. Lauderdale County with their 4th win of the year. They knock off Clements 40-7. Colbert County has won 4 in a row as they beat 5-1 Colbert Heights 32-8. And of course, the number 1 team in Class 3A, Mars Hill, they beat Rogers 56-10.
Dropping down to 2A Region 6, it was Coosa Christian, who's on top of the region right now. They beat Cleveland 58-13. Cold Springs wins over West End 28-0. Southeastern wins a big one as they beat Susan Moore 21-16. Faultville Outer Region, they knock off Decatur Heritage 57-16. 2A Region 7, it was Section winning over Gaston 42-30. Pisgah over Sandrock 56-0. Pleasant Valley wins again. They beat Cedar Bluff 34-6, and North Sand Mountain had an open date.
Let's move over to 2A Region 8. A couple of games there. Tanner beats Tharptown 63-6, and it was Lexington over Winston County 26-18. Moving down to 2A Region 5, Tuscaloosa Academy over Vincent 30-12. It was Sullivan beating Lamar County 40-8. Greene County surprised Aliceville 38-12, and Isabella in a non-region game gets a big win over Phil's Highland Home Flying Squadron, 33-6. Don't know if everybody knows that Phil is I think he is an alumnus, or maybe one of those designated alumnus, or whatever they do from Highland Home. He's been there. He's been there by the airplane in. I've got a picture somewhere of you by the airplane.
Yeah, took a picture going through. Been through there twice. Just accidentally.
No, that wasn't accidentally. You like the Flying Squadron, I know.
Yeah, hey, Flying Squadron, that's pretty cool. I like that myself.
and they've got the greatest cafe in the world. It's the It Don't Matter Cafe. So if anybody says, where do you want to go eat? And it don't matter, well, let's head that way. Class 2A. Actually, Class 1A. It was Ragland at a 1A Region 8, knocking off Valley Head 58-21. Galesville, big win. As we talked to Coach Knapp, they knock off Ider 38-21. Appalachian squeaks by Spring Garden 20-8 to kind of sort of take control of that region. Woodville had an open date this week. 1A Region 6, it was Fayetteville over Donahoe 36-0. Winterboro blitz Victor Christian 39-7, and Wadley, the number 1 team in the state, they knock off Woodland 49-7.
Let's go to West Alabama in Class 1A, and it was Lynn beating Berry. Lynn's unbeaten in the region there in 1A Region 5. Lynn 44, Berry 28. Marion County shuts out Brilliant 62-0. Hubbardville's also unbeaten overall and unbeaten, of course, in the region. They beat Pickens County 53-6, and of course, South Lamar gets a win over Summerton Christian, who's not fielding a varsity team this season. 1A Region 7, Addison bounces back. They had a tough loss against 4A Good Hope last week, but the Bulldogs are back, and they beat Waterloo 45-0. Meek over Shoals Christian 58-6. Phillips beats Cherokee 36-12, and Hackleburg shuts out Bina 42-0. And Phil, I've got a couple of messages about that's why you like to go to Highland Home. It's all about the cafe.
Yeah.
I think it just goes because of the name.
It don't matter cafe.
Yeah, that's when Phil's wife says it don't matter where we go, it goes to Highland Home.
Yeah.
Coming up at 11:45 this evening, we'll name this week's Team of the Week. Our Team of the Week for last week, the Albertville Aggies. Of course, we met with them on Wednesday to present their Team of the Week trophy and T-shirts. And our Team of the Week sponsors each week are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. That announcement coming up on just over an hour right here on the High School Football Scoreboard.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Tackle fall projects with top brand power tools from Weathers Ace. Right now, Ace Rewards members save $30 on DeWalt 20-volt max power tools, a fan, and outdoor power equipment. For battery power that meets or exceeds the power of gas, Ace Rewards members can save $30 on an Ego handheld blower. Keep your garage stocked with Craftsman tool sets and toolbox on sale for $19.99 each. Milwaukee hand tools and accessories are on sale for $19.99 each. Instant savings are available exclusively for Ace Rewards members. Sign up and start saving today at Weathers Ace Hardware.
This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now, too.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team in schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Scott Bobo, Sonia England, Jennifer Rosales, Tracy Massey, Maria Quintana, Araceli Serrano, and Heath Davidson were proud to play, cheer, and perform for Crossville High School, and now provide you with the power for your everyday life.
Flu and COVID season is right around the corner. Are you ready? At Riverview Advanced Medicine, your neighborhood nurse practitioner, Lisa Foreman, is ready to help keep you and your family protected. We offer flu shots, COVID boosters, and same-day sick visits, all with compassionate, expert care. EC, Hablamos Espanol. Walk-ins welcomed. Appointments welcomed. Call 256-546-1445 to schedule yours today. Stay healthy this season with care that's close to home.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
When your ride's having issues again, don't panic. Call the family at Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City. Ohana means family, and that's exactly how we treat you. Our ASE certified technicians work on all makes and models, European, domestic, and import, from oil changes to engine diagnostics to electrical issues that make your dash light up. And yes, we actually know what that weird clanking sound is. Ohana Auto Repair in Rainbow City, where you're not just a customer, you're family. Call us at 256-442-6864.
Your Friday night football tradition continues. Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville.
And welcome back into the high school football scoreboard. Jeff Allen, Phil Harris, Trey Avery, Andrew Kilpatrick, Anthony Ridgeway, Seth Hopper, Stone Reagan, Dave Soha, and as I always say, a cast of thousands out there that text us and call us and send us scores that we do appreciate each and every week. This is week 7, 92 games on the schedule this week, and we're going to run down each and every final right now, beginning in Class 7A. The Albertville Aggies, our team of the week from last week, they had an open date this week. Huntsville, they surprised Austin tonight. Austin came in 3-0 in region play. Huntsville knocks them off at home tonight, 21-17. Sparkman came from behind. They were down a couple of scores in this game, but they came back on the road at Bob Jones tonight to win 29-26. And last night, it was Florence defeating James Clemens 21-17. 7A Region 3, the big game in that region tonight. Hewitt-Trussville became number 1 this week in Class 7A for the first time in school history as a 7A school. But tonight, Thompson goes to Hewitt and knocks off the Huskies 34-12. Hoover now 4-3 on the year as the Bucks get Oak Mountain tonight 48-21. And Vestavia Hills outscores Prattville 54-28. And Hillcrest Tuscaloosa rolls over Tuscaloosa County 63-21.
In Class 6A Region 8, homecoming in Fort Payne, and the Wildcats knock off Buckhorn 45-22. Gaston City winner over Lee 44-6. Coach Miles Holcomb called in, talked to us a few minutes ago. Huge win over Mae Jemison, 22-16 in overtime, and puts Southside in a great position to get into the playoff picture for sure. Big games coming up down the stretch, but a huge win for the Panthers. Hazel Green had an open date. 6A Region 7, Hartsville wins over Coleman 24-0. Decatur beat Columbia 37-0. Muscle Shoals was a winner over Athens 28-0. And Jasper had an open date this week.
And moving on to 6A Region 6 tonight, the game of the night in that region was down at Pale City. Oxford and Pale City. Oxford led most of this game, but Pale City made it close. But Oxford able to hang on with a 36-31 win tonight over the Panthers of Pale City. Clay Chalville may be the best team in any classification in the state this year. They beat Thompson last week. They beat a very good Mountain Brook team tonight, 49-0. And Shades Valley over Huffman, 34-7. Pinson Valley had an open date. Looking at 6A Region 5, Parker, they lost 2 in a row, but they bounced back with a big win over Jackson Olin, 52-6. It was Homewood defeating Gardendale 42-9, and Mortimer Jordan surprises Minor 35-14.
In Class 5A, Region 8, we'll start at Boaz. Had to struggle, but somehow, some way, they pulled off the big win over Sardis, 28-24, holding off a late rally by Sardis where they got the ball down inside Boaz's 5-yard line. Arab, they knock off Douglas, 21-14, big region victory for Arab. Arab has had really tough battles the last 3 weeks in a row, and this one they come out on top. Boy, this is probably the biggest surprise of the night. The Brewer Patriots went into Scottsboro. It was homecoming for the Wildcats, and the Brewers pick up their second win of the year, their first region win. They had lost 4 straight. But boy, what a huge win as they go back home to Somerville with a 34-31 win. Gunnersville, out of the region play, they knock off Grissom 34-16. 5A Region 6, Jacksonville over Springville 49-32. Moody shuts out Centerpoint 53-0. St. Clair County in overtime, they beat Leeds 50-49. Lincoln had an open date.
You know, that St. Clair County team, Phil, one of the most surprising teams so far this year. They came into Boaz in the Jamboree and scored a lot of points against the Boaz Pirates, and I thought that might be a good football team, and they have proven they're 5-1 right now, and that's a huge win. They're ranked number 10 this week. They beat number 8 Leeds tonight at home. I bet that place was jumping down at Odenville tonight.
Yeah,
there for
definitely
them.
so. I bet it was.
5A Region 7 tonight. The Fairview Aggies stay unbeaten as they beat Russellville tonight, 34-28. It was Priceville over West Point, 26-0. Priceville and Fairview, they both remain unbeaten in region play out of Region 7 in Class 5A. Lawrence County over East Limestone tonight, 30-13, and Ardmore had an open date. Looking at the final scores from 5A Region 5, it was Winona over John Carroll, 33-14. Corner now 5-1 on the season. They beat Briarwood 42-27. It was Ramsey rolling over Hayden 73-6, and the non-region game between Carver, Birmingham, and Mobile Christian was canceled tonight.
4A Region 6, Aniana was winner over Etowah 21-7. Alexandria went into Hoax Bluff and knocked off the Eagles 39-21. Anniston passed a major test as they beat Cherokee County 20-13, and Asheville wins again. They're now 5-1. What a huge win over White Plains, 38-22. 4A Region 8, Plainview remains unbeaten. They beat Madison County by the score of 41-21. That was a road win for the Bears. It was Randolph over DAR 45-15. Madison Academy, a late 2-point conversion. They come from behind to beat North Jackson 57-56. St. John Paul over New Hope 35-27. Westminster had an open date.
Moving on to 4A Region 5 tonight, Good Hope stayed unbeaten. They're ranked number 6 this week in Class 4A, and they win 48-8 over Curry. Adora picks up their first win of the year, beating Haleyville 33-7. It was Fayette County, now 5-2 on the season, as they stay unbeaten in that region. They win 41-7 over Cordova, and Hamilton, they're unbeaten on the year, 62-16 over Fultondale tonight. Moving on to 4A Region 7, where West Morgan, this Rebels team has been one of the best the last 4 or 5 years over there. They continue to roll. They're 6-0. They beat East Lawrence 64-0. Brooks scored 65 points. They shut out Danville 65-0. Hatton over West Limestone 40-14, and Desher also unbeaten in 4A Region 7 play as they get Central of Florence tonight 48-13, and Wilson had an open date in that region.
In Class 3A Region 8, it was Fife Wing again. They remain unbeaten in region play. They beat Sylvania 41-6. Big region win here for Geraldine. They go down to Collinsville and knock off the Panthers 29-19. Brindley Mountain beats Asbury 54-18. Road win for the Lions. Whitesburg Christian played Holly Pond. This was a non-region game. Whitesburg Christian wins it. Actually, it was a region game. It was Whitesburg Christian winning over Holly Pond 28-6. 3A Region 6 Glencoe beat Weaver 56-19. Westbrook beat Ohatchee 48-0. Piedmont was a winner over Locust Fork 49-9. J.B. Pennington, a big win over Sachs 49-0, and Walter Welborn had an open date.
From 3A Region 5 tonight, a county battle between Vinemont and Hanceville goes to the Eagles of Vinemont 78-42. 78-42, Vinemont over Hanceville. Phil Campbell beats Midfield 36-6. Gordo stays unbeaten as the Green Wave is ranked number 3 in Class 3A. They beat Oakman tonight 29-13. And it was Winfield rolling over Carbon Hill 61-13. From 3A Region 7, the number 1 team in the state is 6-0 Mars Hill Bible in Class 3A. Mars Hill Bible wins over Rogers 56-10. Colbert County's won 4 in a row now as the Indians beat Colbert Heights 32-8. It was Lauderdale County over Clements 40-7, and Sheffield knocks off Elkmont 36-21.
In Class 2A, it's 2A Region 6. Coosa Christian last night, they beat Cleveland 58-13. Cold Springs over West End 28-0. Southeastern holds off Susan Moore 21-16, and Faultville beat Decatur Heritage 57-16. 2A Region 7, the section lines putting themselves in possibly an opportunity to make the playoffs as they get back in the hunt. A big win over Gaston by the score of 42-30. Pisgah on top of the region right now, along with North Sand Mountain. They beat Sandrock 56-0. Pleasant Valley wins over Cedar Bluff 34-6, and North Sand, they did have an open date this week.
From 2A Region 8 tonight, it was Tanner beating Tharptown 63-6 in Lexington. They're 5-2 on the season as they beat Winston County 26-18. 2A Region 5, Tuscaloosa Academy beats Vincent 30-12. It was Vincent over Lamar County 40-8. Greene County upsets Aliceville 30-12, and it was Isabella in a non-region game beating Highland Home 33-6 tonight.
And also down in Class 1A, it was Raglan picking up a big road win as they knock off Valley Head 58-21. Galesville, a big region victory as they get themselves back in the playoff hunt. Ider was scrappy in this game, but Galesville able to pull it off 38-21. It was homecoming for the Trojans. Big win for Appalachian. We talked to Coach Whittington. They beat Spring Garden 20-8, and he's talked about in the past that looking at this region, when you've been looking up to the teams like Spring Garden and Valley Head in the past, it's nice to be the team that's the hunted. And the Appalachian Eagles are definitely that. They've never gone 10-0 in the season. They're now 7-0 tonight. A big win over Spring Garden 20-8. Woodville had an open date. 1A Region 6, Fayetteville wins over Donahoe 36-0. Winterboro over Victory Christian 39-7. And Wadley, number 1 team in Class 1A, beat Woodland 49-7.
In West Alabama, your 1A scores from 1A Region 7. Addison shuts out Waterloo 45-0. Meek beats Shoals Christian 58-6. It was Phillips over Cherokee 36-12, and Hackleburg shuts out Bina 42-0. 1A Region 5, Lynn over Berry 44-28. Marion County shuts out Brilliant 62-0. It was Hubbardville beating Pickens County 53-6, and South Lamar got a win over Summerton Christian tonight. And those are the 92 final scores we have on our scoreboard for tonight. When we come back, we're going to run down our top 10 scores from around the state of Alabama. Wilburn's Waxing Solutions specializes in recoating gymnasium hardwood floors, tile floors, and they offer commercial cleaning. Contact Michael or Mikhail Wilburn at Wilburn's Waxing Solutions, or you can check them out on Facebook.
It's football time in Alabama. The players are hitting the field, the cheerleaders are firing up the crowd, the drum major's striking up the band, and we all stand for the national anthem. This is Congressman Robert Adderholt. While you cheer your favorite team this season, I'll be on President Trump's team shaking things up in Washington. When we stand on conservative principles, it's a win for everyone. I'm Robert Adderholt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Adderholt for Congress.
Dreaming of the perfect backyard? Now booking for next year. From stunning 3D designs to one-on-one service, Martinez Pools will bring your vision to life in 2026. Vinyl, fiberglass, or Gunite pools, landscaping, sod, irrigation, and waterfalls, outdoor kitchens, hot tubs, and putting greens. Full turnkey service from start to finish. Schedule your spot now. Our openings for next year are limited. Call 256-452-8464 today to reserve your project and make your home the place where kids come to play and memories are made.
On Friday nights, the big wins happen under the lights. But at Gadsden State Community College, the victories happen every day. Whether it's working toward a college degree, mastering hands-on workforce training, or charging into the healthcare career, Gadsden State is here to help you find and reach your next set of goals. Financial assistance is plentiful, classes are flexible, and the opportunities are wide open. Enroll at Gadsden State and let's start your next big win. Visit GadsdenState.edu to get started.
Friday Night Lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Atala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
Friday nights in the fall are special nights in our communities. It's when everyone comes together to cheer for our football teams, bands, and cheerleaders. This is DeKalb County Sheriff Nick Weldon. As you enjoy this football Friday night, I would like for you to think about the young people who are making decisions right now that could put their future at risk. Drugs are destroying the lives of our youth. Help us stop drug activity by reporting it to DeKalb County Sheriff's Office. Call us at 845-3801.
At Family Savings Credit Union, we believe in people helping people. Whether you're overcoming challenges or building on great credit, we're here with real support, smart guidance, and personalized plans, because you're not just a number, you're family.
Apply online for quick turnaround. FamilySavingsCU.com.
Family Savings Credit Union, where your money grows with you and your family. Member accounts insured by NCUA.
Now back to the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard, presented by Southern Elite Realty in Guntersville, the most listened to scoreboard in the state of Alabama. Here's your hosts, Jeff Allen and Phil Harris.
And we'd like to tell you that lake properties and mountain properties and residential or commercial, Southern Elite Realty, they'll treat your property like it's their very own. Check them out at mysouthernelite.com. Southern Elite Real Estate is built on a firm foundation.
Let's get it started. The top 10, as we bring it to you every Friday night. Starting in Class 1A, number 1 Wadley continues to hold serve. They knock off Woodland 49-7. Number 2 Maplesville, they had an open date this week. Number 3 Leroy beat Marengo 60-20. Number 4 McKenzie over Pleasant Home 52-13. Number 5, Winterboro wins again. They knock off Fixture Christian 39-7. Number 6, Hubbartville over Pickens County 53-6. Number 7, Addison beat Waterloo 45-0. Number 8, Southern Choctaw over Fruitdale, 60-8. Number 9, Berry was beaten by Lynn, 44-28. And number 10, Appalachian beat Spring Garden, 20-8.
And there was a couple of top 10 matchups in Class 2A tonight. Lynette beat number 1 Reeltown, 20-19. It was number 2 Luverne over Calhoun, 60-0. Coosa Christian last night rolled over Cleveland, 58-13. Tonight, number 4 Ayrton beat number 10 Providence Christian, 28-15. Number 5 Tuscaloosa Academy beat number 7 Vincent, 30-12. Number 6 Pisgah shuts out Sandrock, 56-0. Number 8 Pleasant Valley beats Cedar Bluff, 34-0. And number 9 North Sand Mountain, they had an open date this week.
In Class 3A, Mars Hill, number 1, beat Rogers 56-10. Number 2, Piedmont over Locust Fork, 49-9. Number 3, Gordo beat Oakman 29-13. Number 4, 5, beat Sylvania 41-6. Number 5, T.R. Miller fell to number 10, Cottage Hill 28-14. Number 6, Southside Selma over Hill County 36-14. Number 7, Geraldine wins over Collinsville 29-19. Number 8, Bayside Academy beat Hillcrest Evergreen 56-6. Number 9, Montgomery Academy beat Trinity 38-12.
Moving on to Class 4A, where there were 3 top 10 matchups in 4A tonight. And number 1 Jackson played number 2 St. Michael's. Those two teams in the same region. St. Michael's, number 2, beats number 1 Jackson, 49-39. Number 3 West Morgan shuts out East Lawrence, 64-0. Number 5 Anniston gets by number 4 Cherokee County, 20-13. Number 6 Good Hope beats Curry 48-8. It was number 7 Madison Academy beating number 9 North Jackson. Madison Academy with a 2-point conversion to win it 57-56. Dale County upsets number 8 Opp 35-21, and number 10 Plainview stayed unbeaten with a 41-21 win over Madison County.
Class 5A, number 1 Viger over Alberta, 49-0. Number 2 Williamson over Fayette County, 54-0. That's half of what they scored last week.
Yeah, they've scored 154 points and gave up 0 for the last 2 weeks.
It's unbelievable. Number 3 Fairview over Russellville, 34-28. Moody, number 4, beat Centerpoint 53-0. Number 5 Gunnersville over Grissom, 34-16. Number 6 Clay Central beat Elmore County, 21-14. Number 7 Northside beat Sipsey Valley, 55-7. Number 10 St. Clair County surprised number 8 Leeds. Not really surprised, but really St. Clair County, a great football team. They beat Leeds 50-49 in overtime. Number 9 Scottsboro got shocked by Brewer, 34-31.
Yeah, that was a big surprise, that score from Scottsboro tonight with Brewer winning. And Class 6A tonight, it was number 1 Clay Chalkville shutting out Mountain Brook 49-0. Number 2 Saraland shuts out Baldwin County 28-0. Number 3 Muscle Shoals shutting out Athens 28-0. Hartselle, ranked number 4, they shut out Coleman 24-0. So 4 shutouts there, the top 4 teams. Number 5, Parker with a win over Jackson Olin, 52-6. Number 6, Benjamin Russell over Helena, 28-10. By the same score, number 7, Russell County beats Stanhope Elmore, 28-10. It was number 8, Pike Road over Park Crossing, 54-7. Number 9, Spain Park beats Pelham, 42-7. And number 10, Homewood over Gardendale, 42-9.
In a top 10 matchup, it was number 1 Hewitt Trussell falling to number 3 Thompson, 34-12. Number 2 Phoenix City, they knock off number 5 Auburn, 36-0. So I think it's safe to say Central Phoenix City back on top. Number 4 Mary Montgomery over Alma Bryant, 42-8. It was number 6 Opelika over Dothan, 21-14. Number 7 Vestavia Hills beat Prattville, 56-28. Number 8 Carver of Montgomery over Enterprise, 49-14. Number 9 Daphne beat Davidson, 50-20. Number 10 Hoover beat Oak Mountain, 48-21. And
those are the top 10 scores from around the state of Alabama. And I don't know that we ever tip our cap to Seth Hopper. Seth puts that together for us every Friday night to find those scores statewide, and we do appreciate it that he does that we can pass along to you and give you the top 10 scores from around the state of Alabama. Be part of the show this season by submitting your game day photos from the field to the sidelines to the bands and the fans in the stands. Upload your photos from tonight's game on the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard page, and then you can show your school spirit and be part of the Friday night tradition right here at the High School Football Scoreboard.
Since 1991, James Barbecue has been serving up mouth-watering barbecue starting from a humble food truck in Geraldine, Alabama. Now with 2 smoking locations, including Little James Barbecue in Rainsville, they're still cooking fresh food daily with homemade sauces you'll dream about. Don't forget steak night every Friday, hot off the grill and worth the trip. And Annie says,
"Come get my dad's barbecue. We're fired up to serve you."
James Barbecue or Little James Barbecue is always available for catering. James Barbecue, slow cooked and full of Southern flavor.
Where can you find a dealership that makes it easy to buy a new vehicle? WholesaleCars.com. Hi, this is Brett, General Manager of WholesaleCars.com. With today's hectic lifestyle, convenience is everything. Buy with us, and you can make your payments online, over the phone, or even by bank draft. You can even choose your payment date. We offer across-the-board financing with rates that beat most banks. That's just a few reasons that we've earned an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. Come see us. WholesaleCars.com, Highway 431, Albertville.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local and trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
For 73 years, Wilkes Tire and Battery Service has been the place to take your vehicle for service you can trust. Our family takes pride in carrying on the tradition of providing great service, working with integrity, and giving back to the community. For tires, batteries, auto services, and more, choose the people you can trust. With 12 locations to serve you, including Albertville, Gunnersville, and Gadsden, at Wilkes Tire and Battery Service, we get you started and keep you going.
At Liberty Bank, we value our local schools and are proud to support all of our teams because this is our community too. To everyone who puts in the long hours of practice to help our kids win in life and on the field, we salute you. Whether you're coach from the sidelines, sell concessions, or score touchdowns, the Liberty Bank team is cheering for you. So from our team to yours, let's make it a great season. Liberty Bank, local bankers serving local customers since 1971.
When it comes to your family's health, you deserve a doctor who listens. Riverview Regional Medical Center's Dr. Sabrina Morgan Graves provides compassionate, personalized care for every stage of life, from checkups and wellness visits to managing ongoing health needs. Conveniently located in the Medical Arts Building at 303 Bay Street in Gadsden. Call 256-543-1222 today to schedule your appointment with Dr. Morgan Graves. Caring for your family like family.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles & Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Atala, Alabama.
Hey folks, Jerry O'Neill, broker and owner of Southern Elite Realty. We're so proud to be a part of the WQSB family and honored to help bring you the Friday Night Scoreboard.
And welcome back in on this Football Friday night again, Phil. This is a Chamber of Commerce Friday night. First great fall Friday night of the year out there, and a lot of great football games tonight. And again, back into region play, and this is the second half of the season. A lot of big region matchups as teams begin to, I guess, jockey or get in position for playoff berths. And we're going to talk a little bit about this in our next segment here on the Scoreboard show. And we talked about Southeastern and Coach Neil Whittington earlier this evening, and they had a big win tonight. Of course, the big win for Appalachian over Spring Garden to keep them unbeaten in the region, but Woodville also sitting there unbeaten in the region, and they're going to play on the 17th, so not next week, but in 2 weeks, and that's probably going to decide the region championship there in 1A Region 8.
Yeah, definitely. So, and Coach Whittington talked about this, that these teams that they've been looking up to, your Valley Heads and your Spring Gardens in the past, have controlled this region a lot of the time. And then all of a sudden you turn around and you've got a Woodville program that's only been around 20 years, and then Appalachian, who's never been unbeaten, have always been competitive, but they're not the type of school that you've always looked at and been traditionally strong every year in football. Well, he's done a great job. They've become pretty good. Now all of a sudden they're the hunted. So it's going to be interesting coming down the stretch, but they passed a major test tonight beating Spring Garden.
Yeah, those are the top 2 teams in Region 8, and you're looking at Spring Garden, Ragland, Valley Head, and Galesville with their win tonight. They've got an outside chance to get a playoff berth, so some big games coming up the next 3 weeks. Looking at leaders in the other regions in Class 1A, you've got Addison in Region 7 that's still unbeaten. Hackleburg got a big win tonight. Of course, Addison has already beaten Hackleburg, so they have the head-to-head there. Wadley and Winterboro, looks like that region is going to come down to Wadley and Winterboro. That is in Week 9 of the season on October 24th. And Lynn and Hubbardville, they play in a couple of weeks, and that's probably going to decide the region championship in 1A Region 5.
Yeah, of course, you look at 1A Region 6 and Wadley, you figure it's the hands-down favorite, but you got a hats off to Winterboro. They've done a great job. They have really built that program and had a very competitive team, because in the past, they've kind of been a doormat, but all of a sudden they're relevant.
Want to go back to the telephone now, and join us on the phone is Plainview head football coach Dale Pruitt. Good evening, Coach. Welcome into Scoreboard. It was a road trip for your Bears tonight, but they passed the road trip. Big win at Madison County to stay unbeaten, 41-21 tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you. We made enough mistakes, but we played well enough to win, and had a lot of penalty yardage, so we got to clean that up. But we'll take a dub anytime.
Well, Coach, I know you're like the other coaches. You want to go 1-0 every week. It may not look great this week, but you win again, and it gives you something to go back to the practice field next Monday and get ready again for another big game next week.
Yes, and we got through pretty healthy, so that makes it even better. So we pretty much took care of business, but we didn't. We let them score a good bit of points late when we should have shorted up some, and they had a touchdown call back. We had, 1 or 2 touchdowns called back and a couple long runs. It was a kind of probably a tough game for the fans to watch, because nobody likes to watch the penalties.
Well, Coach, this is one of your road trips. You had to go to Westminster to open the season. Then you had a trio of home games before the short trip to Sylvania last week. Do you think going on the road tonight, it's not really a long trip over to Gurley to Brownsboro to the game, but it's still a road trip for your football team. Does that factor into your play tonight, do you think?
Well, I don't know. It's just sometimes you maybe like you win 4 or 5, you might start thinking you're better than you are, or some of that kind of stuff at practice. So, every week we've seen something a little bit different. So I think it's helped us. That will help us in the future. We played a young quarterback in Jansen Curry some tonight early, because he's one of those kids that's been good enough to play, but didn't get to play junior high last year because he was playing on the varsity in 8th grade. He didn't get to play no B-team games, so he's playing varsity in the 9th grade, and, he's not a mop-up player, so, he really hasn't got to play any at that position. So I think that was one of the good things that come out of that. he did a pretty good job.
Well, Coach, of course, we were there last week after your win over Pisgah for Team of the Week. And one thing that I noticed last week there as your squad came in is the size of your offensive line. Maybe one of the biggest offensive lines you've ever had. And but those guys up front, I know that they played well for you throughout the season this year.
Well, they have. They just got to get better each week. There's not a whole lot of, you don't get a lot of praise as an offensive lineman. Most of the time you get chewed out or when you screw up. But we did have some big blocks tonight, and you always do. I think we had, with all the penalties and everything, I think we had 489 yards of offense. But you still like to clean up some of them penalties.
Well, Coach, the season's long and it's grueling, and every coach knows it's hard to be there every night because it's such a grind. Do you think sometimes you kind of sort of hit the wall a little bit, kind of sort of waiting for that second win?
Well, that's true. Especially when you don't get a lot of praise and all that kind of stuff. But basically you got to do what you got to do to get it done, and I think our kids have done well. They're not doing anything intentionally. They're as much down on themselves for not, for getting penalties and that kind of stuff as we are. But sometimes, you forget about how important Monday and Tuesday is. And maybe if we don't beat on you on Monday and Tuesday, you kind of think that's an off day when we're trying to keep you healthy or get you well. And, you got to be a pretty good psychologist to coach football in this century. And, but we'll take where we are right now and be happy with it.
Well, Coach, and also another way of looking at it is when you're a team that's not been used to being in this position where all of a sudden you become the hunted, you've got to pick up your level to play, and that intensity level has even got to be good against teams that you're better than because they're going to play better than what they actually are.
Well, also you got people that are still in a playoff hunt. We got 9 teams in our region, so the team we played tonight was about the same spot we were this time last year, and we won that game, and it kept us. We won put 2 or 3 together right there, and it kept us in the hunt. And that's what everybody that we're going to play against from here on out is we got 5 playoff games. 5 region games in a row, and we've been telling them that got to get ready. We can't look for the 3rd game from now or the 2nd game from now. You got to look for tonight, because if you don't look for tonight, you'll end up getting beat by somebody that you want, maybe didn't think that was capable of beating. But we've known all week that this bunch was capable. They could score points, and they're a big old physical team. They're well coached, and it's just there's not that much difference between us and them. And so if we're not playing as well as we can, then bad things can happen.
Well, Coach Pruitt, you alluded to the question I was going to ask. You play in a 9-team region, so that gives you 8 region games where most people, the most they have is maybe 6 or at the most. But here you are with 8. You've got, like you say, the last 4 games of the year are really going to decide your season now, and that begins next week. And you've got a North Jackson team that had a tough loss tonight, so they're coming in kind of with their back against the wall next week, and that's going to be a challenge for you and your coaching staff and your football team.
Well, we had a really good come down to the wire game last year with that bunch, and they're well coached, and I know a lot of their coaches, and I've been on the same staff with Coach Schrader, and they'll be well coached. They know us, and it's not, we don't have any surprises, and they don't have any surprises, and it'll just be a physical contest, and we just got to get our kids ready and go play. And the bad thing about it is you can win that game, and you still got 3 more to win.
Right.
So we got to win them one at a time and take the ones we can get.
Well, Coach Pruitt, congratulations to you and your staff and, of course, the football team on the 41-21 win on the road at Madison County tonight. We wish you the best next week against North Jackson, and thanks for spending a few minutes with us on Scoreboard tonight.
Thank you.
That's Coach Dale Pruitt as the Plainview Bears now 6-0 on the season as they're battling toward an unbeaten regular season and stay in that region right now. Phil, talking about that 4A region, that win tonight with Plainview keeps them unbeaten in the region. Of course, they've got North Jackson and Madison County both were coming in unbeaten tonight. Madison Academy wins that game, and now North Jackson goes to Plainview next week. And with kind of their back against the wall, if they want to have a home playoff game, they're the defending region champion. And then in a couple of weeks, I think on October the 24th, Plainview's got Madison Academy. So those are really a couple of big games in that region that I think is going to decide who gets the home playoff games.
Yeah, I think that becomes, North Jackson has to win to stay in the region hunt, but they also have to win to stay in the home playoff.
Right.
Now, if Plainview does win that one, that pretty much is going to get them a home playoff win, and it's going to come down to that Madison Academy and Plainview matchup. Of course, we're in the media; we can look at it that way.
Yeah,
Coaches and players can't look at it that way, but that's just a matter of the way it goes. But it just goes to show you how big that game is next week, and it's going to be an even matchup. And like Coach Pruitt talked tonight, you got to clean up the mistakes because mistakes get beat against good football teams.
In 4A Region 6, we talked about this. I believe the win tonight by Anniston over Cherokee County, I believe that's going to give them the region championship. I know they've still got 3 games to go, but they play the 3 teams really at the bottom of the region now. They play Etowah, Aniana, and White Plains coming up the next 3 weeks. They've already beaten Asheville, Alexandria, Hoax Bluff, and Cherokee County. So Anniston's sitting at the top of that region at 4-0 now. And you've got Alexandria sitting there 3-1. You've got Cherokee County sitting there 3-1. Alexandria and Cherokee County play in a couple of weeks on October the 17th, and that probably will decide, it looks like, might decide who's going to get the number 2 spot in that region in a home playoff game.
Yeah, one thing about this region, very competitive, so you don't know how it's going to shake out. Yeah, Anniston's in control, but it ain't like they dominated the whole region. It's been tough throughout, so there's still a lot of moving parts. Yeah, Anniston's sitting in the best shape, but still 2, 3, and 4 is up for grabs.
And again, you still got 3 games to go in that region to play. And again, we're in the media and we can speculate. Yeah. We don't have to coach them to the wins on Friday night. You look at the other regions there in 4A Region 5, you got Good Hope in Hamilton and also Fayette County. All 3 of those teams are unbeaten right now. So next week, Good Hope plays Hamilton, and Fayette County's got Good Hope in Hamilton. Then on the 17th and the 24th, so that's going to decide really the top 3 teams in that region. And you've got Deschler and West Morgan. You've got Brooks still involved there. You've got Hatton still involved, but it looks like Deschler and West Morgan, they're headed for a head-to-head coming up, and let's see, that's going to be on October the 31st, the last week of the season. We'll wait to see how that region probably pans out there, because those 2 teams look like they're the best 2 in that region.
Yeah, the Rebels from West Morgan over in Trinity, boy, they are a very good year in and year out. And of course, Deschler's back at that point, the old Deschler. So that game's going to be a great matchup when those 2 plays. When Deschler and West Morgan gets together. But, like you say, there's still a lot of football to be played. Brooks and Hatton both going to have something to say about that.
And when you look at Class 3A, it looks like the Fife and Geraldine game is going to settle who's going to be 1 and 2 in that region. Of course, again, Coach Benefield and Coach Davis would tell us, just like Coach Pruitt, there's a lot of football left to be played. But a big win for Geraldine going to Collinsville tonight and winning there. Geraldine and Fife, they're going to play on the 24th. Fife's got Whitesburg Christian next week, Holly Pond, then Geraldine. Geraldine's schedule is Brindley Mountain, Whitesburg Christian, and Fife. And again, Collinsville's got a big game with Holly Pond coming up. They've already beaten Whitesburg Christian, so so they have head-to-head there. And so big games there for those teams. But it looks like, again, Fife and Geraldine probably will play for the region championship in 3A Region 6.
Yeah, definitely so, because Fife's already passed the test against Collinsville. They beat Sylvania tonight. And so really that's going to come down to the Fife and Geraldine. And one thing I think them two wins tonight probably puts them in at least a home playoff position.
It looks like Morris Hill, they're in control of their destiny in that 3A Region 7. Colbert Heights lost tonight. They were unbeaten in the region until tonight. They lost to Colbert County. Morris Hill has got Elkmont, Colbert Heights, and Clements coming up. And Clements and Elkmont are two of the teams at the bottom of the region right now. So you look at 3A Region 8, a big win for Piedmont tonight. They already have a win over Westbrook. So Piedmont, they've got Pennington coming up next week. They close with Pennington, Welborn, and Glencoe. Of course, that's one of those 9-team regions, so they have 8 region games. But they're sitting there 4-0 right now. Westbrook got a big win tonight over Ohatchee. They've got an open, well, they don't have an open date. They've got a non-region game next week before they close with Pennington, Weaver, and Welborn. But Glencoe, they bounced back with a big win over Weaver tonight. And so the Glencoe Yellow Jackets now 3-1, but it looks like Piedmont kind of controlled their destiny because Westbrook, they already have a win over the Warriors.
Yeah, definitely Westbrook and Piedmont probably in that position where they may host a playoff game. But still, hats off to Glencoe's Bailey Blanchard. What a great job he's done to get Glencoe. Yes, they may not quite be up to that level of Westbrook and Piedmont yet, but he's taken this team from the bottom and made them very competitive, and they keep surprising us, so, congratulations to Glencoe and what they have done. And, of course, Piedmont right now is just dominating.
And they have Glencoe on Halloween week there. And it looks like Gordo, Vinemont, and Winfield are at the top of 3A Region 5. Gordo and Vinemont are both unbeaten, and they will play next week, and that may decide a region championship out of 3A Region 5. Hey, when we come back, we're going to name this week's Team of the Week for Week 7. Our Team of the Week sponsors each week are Dixie Designs, Wilson's Trophies, and Wilburn's Waxing Solutions. When we come back, we'll name this week's Team of the Week right here on the High School Football Scoreboard.
Support your favorite team in school colors from Dixie Designs, Denson Avenue in Boaz. Dixie Designs can create a logo or custom artwork for your school, church, business, or upcoming event. From screen printing to embroidery, the team at Dixie Designs can do it all. T-shirts, caps, sweats, jackets, polos, uniforms, and much more. Dixie Designs is the official printer of the WQSB Team of the Week T-shirts. Dixie Designs, 415 Denson Avenue in Boaz. Quality sportswear that you can wear every day.
You can buy Ford less.
Hey folks, Randy Ball here at Gilbert Ball Ford in Albertville. At Gilbert Ball Ford, our customer service is top priority. Our priority is to serve our customers and our communities. We'll appreciate having you as our customer and look forward to serving you again. Come see the difference at Gilbert Ball Ford in Albertville. And remember folks, if you don't come see us, I can't save you any money. And visit our website at gilbertballford.com.
You can buy Ford less.
Everybody in the community enjoys a football Friday night, coming together to cheer on your favorite team in schools. For over 75 years, Marshall DeKalb Electric Cooperative has provided the electricity to heat and cool the homes, schools, businesses, and light the playing fields in our communities. Marshall DeKalb Electric employees Brandon Burns, Will Wright, Tanner Greer, and Preston Morris played at Sardis High School, and Chip Willoughby played at Albertville High School, and now they provide you with the power for your everyday life.
Score Time Scoreboards, the only authorized fair play dealer in Alabama. Owners Avery and Patty Hendricks would like to thank all our loyal customers for your patronage and trusting us to help you keep score for the past 31 years. From the new Scoreboard video boards at Boaz and Douglas High School to all Scoreboard video boards at Birmingham City Schools and all points in between. Proudly serving the WQSB listening area with your scoring needs. No matter what team you root for, the game starts and stops with Score Time Scoreboards.
Hi, I'm Randy Jones, your hometown trusted choice insurance agency. Randy Jones and Associates knows the playing field, and we have been proudly serving communities across North Alabama for 46 years. Having the right protection on the field is important. The RJA team of experienced agents will help you find affordable, customized insurance coverage for your family, business, and future. Stop by a local Randy Jones Associates office for a free, no-obligation quote or complimentary policy review.
Friday night lights are shining bright across our community, and Coca-Cola United is proud to be on the sidelines cheering with you. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, we're here to support our hometown athletes, coaches, and fans. Nothing brings people together like football, and nothing refreshes like an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola United, celebrating our community, one game at a time. This football season, Kia of Rainbow City is proud to be part of the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard. And we're bringing that same energy to your driveway. Score big with tons of stylish new Kias, all with low monthly payments and zero down options. Or rush in and check out Kia of Rainbow City's huge lineup of quality pre-owned vehicles. Plus, mention this ad and take an extra $500 off your next vehicle. Come see how we sack the competition at the all-new Kia of Rainbow City. We have your Kia now, too.
Take the WQSB High School Football Scoreboard with you wherever you go. Download our free WQSB app for your phone and smart device. Now, back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant, WQSB.
And we are back. It's 11:45 here at the High School Football Scoreboard. It's the time of the night that we name our Team of the Week for this week. The Albertville Aggies were our Team of the Week for Week 6 last week. We had an opportunity to meet with the Aggies this past Wednesday because they're on fall break Thursday and Friday of this week. So we had a chance to meet them with Coach Weingarten at the practice, after practice on Wednesday, and present them their Team of the Week trophy and T-shirts. And Phil, we are ready to name this week's Team of the Week. There's 4 teams that we've discussed that we think worthy of being a Team of the Week this week.
Well, I'm going to throw one name out there, the Brewer Patriots. What a great job did those guys from Somerville. Started the season 1-4. Their only win was a non-region win. They came over to Scottsboro. Scottsboro, of course, coming off of a loss last week, but still flying high, looking forward to that big matchup with Gunnersville next week. It's homecoming. Trap game ended up being. What a huge win for Brewer, their first region win of the year. They're now 2-4 on the year. They shocked Scottsboro 34-31.
Another team is the Southeastern Mustangs. Big win for Southeastern. Tonight they played county rival Susan Moore. Only the second meeting between those two county rivals, but a big win for them as they go to 2-1 in the region, 4-2 overall. Knock off the Susan Moore Bulldogs this evening, 21-16. Coach Bird and his staff, a great job at Southeastern as they go into Susan Moore and pick up the win tonight. A big win for Southeastern.
The next one, I want to nominate the Southside Panthers. What a huge win. Coach Miles Holcomb called in, talked to us a little bit. A very young football team. This is his first year back at Southside. They're kind of starting to pull things together. Right now, Gaston City and Fort Payne are the 2 top teams in the region, but all of a sudden, Southside gets a big win over May Jemison, and hey, things are starting to come together for this football team. I'm excited about the future. Yeah, it's a young football team, but they're starting to grow.
And the Geraldine Bulldogs, as our 4th team, we've discussed as worthy of Team of the Week this week. The Bulldogs coming off a tough loss last week on the road at Boaz. They go to county rival Collinsville tonight. They got ahead early, 14-0. Collinsville rallied, take the lead, but Geraldine very resilient tonight. The Bulldogs come back to get the win, 29-19. The 73rd meeting between those two DeKalb County rivals. So those are our 4 teams that we've discussed as being Team of the Week: the Brewer Patriots, the Southside Panthers, the Geraldine Bulldogs, and the Southeastern Mustangs. This week's Team of the Week for Week 7, the Southside Panthers. Congratulations to Coach Miles Holcomb and the Southside Panthers, a overtime victory tonight over region rival May Jemison 22-16. Southside, our team of the week.
Hey, it's Friday Night Lights. Cooler weather and great deals on new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs at Alexander Ford in Boaz. Come see us before you buy your next vehicle. We do not have what you want. We'll order it for you. We have been in business for over 50 years and want to thank our customers and invite you to come see why people come see us again and again. The automobile business has changed, but Alexander Ford still values family, friendships, and good hometown people. Good luck to your school this football season, and come see us at Alexander Ford in Boaz.
At First Southern Bank, we've been serving our community since 1935, starting small, growing strong, and always investing in what matters more, you. From personal checking to business loans, we're here to help you save smarter, borrow with confidence, and build a stronger future. We're local, we're homegrown, and we're still growing, one customer at a time. Visit Greg or Clint at the Boaz branch and experience banking built on trust, service, and hometown values. First Southern Bank, banking with heart since 1935, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Pax Nursery and Garden Center on Highway 168 between Boaz and Kilpatrick reminds you fall is time for planting, and they have a large selection of fruit trees, blackberry plants, grapevines, blueberry bushes, shade and flowering trees, encore azaleas, hydrangeas, roses, hollies, boxwoods, and much more. They also have mulch, pine straw, concrete pots, and statuary. Follow them on Facebook to see what's new. Pax Nursery and Garden Center, open Monday through Friday 7:30 to 4:30 and Saturdays till noon.
Hi, this is Brent Rhodes, candidate for DeKalb County Commission President. As a lifelong resident of DeKalb County, I care deeply about our people, our values, and our future. On May the 19th, I would truly appreciate your vote. I'm committed to working hard for our community and helping move DeKalb County forward. Best of luck to all of our local teams this year. We're proud of you.
Paid political advertisement by Brent Rhodes, Crossville, Alabama.
A dealership that puts the community first. Welcome to Sam Boswell Honda of Gadsden, your hometown headquarters for all things Honda. From Gadsden, Oxford, Jacksonville, Attala, Boaz, Albertville, Gunnersville, and beyond. We offer Alabama's top selection of new Hondas, plus an extensive lineup of dependable pre-owned vehicles, all at prices you'll love. Thinking about selling your car? We're ready to buy. Find us on East Meagan Boulevard in Gadsden. Explore our inventory anytime at BoswellHondaGadsden.com. Sam Boswell Honda. Vehicles you can depend on, people you can trust.
In sports, every point counts. And at Alpha Insurance, we know when it comes to your budget, every dollar counts. That's why we work to get you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Plus, every Alpha policy comes with personal service from our hometown team. Call Alpha to start saving today.
In North Alabama, call us, Cy Giles and Holly Bobo at the Giles and Bobo Insurance Group.
You can reach us at 256-538-8201 or stop by our office at 410 5th Avenue Northeast in Attala, Alabama.
The snap is good. The connection is great. FTC brings fiber internet to your home turf this football season. No buffering, no dropped connections, just reliable high-speed internet that's built to perform where it matters most. Whether you're streaming the game or checking the scores, we've got the speed you need. Score big with FTC's fiber, your home team for high-speed internet. Call 256-638-2144 or visit farmerstel.com today. FTC, we keep you connected.
This is Jonathan Bright, owner of Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting Services. Are you having roof trouble? Call me today at 256-505-9842. Your local trusted roofer. And from all of us here at Jonathan Bright Independent Contracting, we'd like to say good luck to our Albertville Aggies.
You can listen to high school football action each week on WQSB's sister station. WKXX 102.9 brings you Hoax Bluff Eagles football, and Power 107.5 covers Albertville Aggie football. Now back to the scoreboard on Alabama's country giant WQSB.
And congratulations once again to the Southside Panthers. They are our team of the week for week number 7. We'll be at Southside next week to present them a Team of the Week trophy and T-shirts. Congratulations to the Panthers, Coach Miles Holcomb, and the coaching staff. Southside, this week's Team of the Week.
Okay, one last time. Started out in 7A Region 4. It was Albertville with an open date this week. After winning Team of the Week, getting a first win in a long time. Congratulations to the Aggies a week ago. Back to work next week. It was Huntsville winning over Austin 21-17. Sparkman slipped by Bob Jones in a bit of a surprise, 29-26, and Florence was a winner over James Clements, 21-17. 7A Region 3, Thompson knocked off top-ranked Hewitt-Trussville, 34-12. Hoover took care of Oak Mountain, 48-21. Vestavia Hills beat Prattville, 54-28, and Hillcrest of Tuscaloosa beat Tuscaloosa County, 63-21.
Moving on to Class 6A, the big game in 6A Region 8 was that overtime win as Southside beats May Jemison tonight, 22-16. Gadsden City for homecoming celebrated homecoming with a win over Lee, 44-6. And Fort Payne outscored Buckhorn 45-22. Hazel Green had an open date. The winners in 6A Region 7 shut out their opponents. Muscle Shoals shuts out Austin 28-0. Decatur shuts out Columbia 37-0. And last night it was Hartselle shutting out Coleman 24-0.
6A Region 6, Shades Valley beat Huffman, get their first win 34-7. Clay Chalkville, probably the top team in Class 6A. They knock off Mountain Brook 49-0. Big game here. Oxford outslugged Pell City 36-31. 6A Region 5, Homewood over Gardendale 42-9. Mortimer Jordan beat Minor 35-14. Parker beat Jackson Olin 52-6. Woodlawn had an open date.
Moving on to Class 5A tonight, where Boaz had to hang on, is they beat Sardis 28-24. Arab scored 21 second-half points to knock off Douglas 21-14. It was Brewer probably pulling the biggest upset of the night in North Alabama as they went to Scottsboro and beat the Wildcats 34-31. And Gunnersville stayed unbeaten in a non-region game, beating Grissom 34-16. In 5A Region 6, it was a double overtime thriller as St. Clair County beats Leeds 50-49. Moody shuts out Centerpoint 53-0, and Jacksonville outscored Springville 49-32.
In 5A Region 7, Fairview, who's ranked in the top 10, had to survive, but they knock off Russellville 34-28 to remain unbeaten. Priceville beat West Point 26-0. Lawrence County over East Limestone 30-13, and Ardmore had an open date. 5A Region 5, Ramsey all over Hayden 73-6. It was Corner over Briarwood 42-27. Winona beat John Carroll 33-14. Carver and Mobile Christian, that game was canceled.
In Class 4A Region 6, a couple of big games in that region. The biggest, the battle between number 4 and number 5. Number 5 Anniston beats number 4 Cherokee County 20-13. It was Alexandria knocking off Hoax Bluff 39-21. Asheville now 5-1 on the year as the Bulldogs beat White Plains 38-22, and Aniana beats Etowah 21-7. In 4A Region 8, the Plainview Bears stay unbeaten with a 41-21 win over Madison County. Last night, Randolph beat DAR 45-15. Also last night, it was St. John Paul beating New Hope 35-27. One of the best games of the night happened at Stevenson tonight, but the North Jackson Chiefs lost a heartbreaker as Madison Academy came from behind, got a 2-point conversion, and beat them 57-56, and Westminster was open tonight.
4A Region 5, all routes. Good Hope over Curry, 48-8. Dora over Haleyville, 33-7. Fayette County beat Cordova, 41-7. And Hamilton knocked off Fultondale, 62-15. 4A Region 7, it was West Morgan, remains unbeaten. They beat East Lawrence 64-0. Brooks over Danville, 65-0. Hatton beat West Limestone, 40-14. And Deschler, they're still unbeaten. They beat Central Florence 48-13. Wilson had an open date.
Moving on to Class 3A tonight, the Fred Devils defeat Sylvania 41-6. Geraldine had to come from behind to knock off Collinsville 29-19. Brindley Mountain on the road tonight, getting a win over Asbury 54-18. And Whitesburg Christian at home beats Holly Pond 28-6. 3A Region 6 scores. J.B. Pennington shuts out Sachs 49-0. Piedmont stays unbeaten with a 49-9 win over Locust Fork. It was Westbrook shutting out Ohatchee 48-0, and Glencoe rolls over Weaver 56-19. Walter Welborn was open.
In 3A Region 5, they set the scoreboard on fire. Tonight as Vinemont beat Hanceville 78-42. Phil Campbell outscored Midfield 36-26. Gordo's still undefeated. They beat Oakman 29-13. And Winfield Wins over Carbon Hill 61-13. 3A Region 7, Sheffield over Elkmont 36-21. Lauderdale County beat Clements 40-7. Colbert County over Colbert Heights. Colbert Heights has bitten the dust a couple of weeks in a row. The Indians take care of Colbert Heights 32-8. And Mars Hill Bible ranked number 1. They knock off Rogers 56-10.
In Class 2A tonight, 2A Region 7, it was Section getting their second win of the year as they outscored Gaston 42-30. Pisgah shuts out Sandrock 56-0, and Pleasant Valley now 6-1 as the Raiders beat Cedar Bluff 34-6. North Sand Mountain had an open date. 2A Region 6 tonight, it was Southeastern over Susan Moore, 21-16. Coal Springs shuts out West End, 28-0. Last night it was Coosa Christian beating Cleveland 58-13, and Faultville was a winner over Decatur Heritage tonight in a non-region game, 57-16.
2A Region 8 in a good one. Lexington held off Winston County 26-18. Tanner all over Tharptown 63-6. 2A Region 5. It was Tuscaloosa Academy over Vincent 30-12. Sulligent beat Lamar County 40-8. Greene County beat Aliceville 30-12. And Isabella was a winner 35-6 over Highland Home.
From 1A Region 8 tonight, it was Appalachian. They stayed unbeaten with a 20-8 win over Spring Garden. Galesville celebrated homecoming with a 38-21 win over Eider tonight, and Raglan goes to Valley Head and beats the Tigers 58-21. 1A Region 6, it was Fayetteville shutting out Donahoe 36-0. Winterboro over Victory Christian 39-7, and Wadley, they've won 20 games in a row now, a 49-7 win over Woodland.
1A Region 5, Lynn outscored Berry 44-28. Marion County beat Brilliant 62-0. Hubbartville was a winner over Pickens County 53-6. South Lamar got a forfeit win as they win over Summerton Christian. 1A Region 7, Addison over Waterloo 45-0. Meek destroys Shoals Christian 58-6. Phillips over Cherokee 36-12, and Hackleburg beat Vina by the final score of 42-0.
And that wraps up Week 7 of the high school football scoreboard. Thanks for joining us tonight, and of course we'll be back next Friday evening right here on the high school football scoreboard with all the final scores and highlights from Week 8.